Okay, so we're live and we're playing some BX Dungeons and Dragons. This is part, well, I don't know what actual part it is, but where it's part of the kind of open table campaign that I've been running for almost a year now. I noticed when we started the very first adventure, which was the Flayed King, who sent the party, a party on an adventure or several adventures to collect 9 artifacts. Essentially, the world is at its end. The sun is large and red, and most people don't care, I suppose, but this party is on a quest to recover 9 artifacts that were given centuries ago by the gods to various kings and have been lost along the way. There was an omen that said that if these 9 artifacts were joined together, that the world could be saved. So you guys have recovered, I think, 4 of them so far. Each time you get a new artifact, you send it back to the sages, and they're generally they're interpreting the riddles, if you will, of the Flayed King, who was asked where these artifacts are. Flayed King knowing everything, unfortunately for him, if I can say. So anyways, in this case, you guys have got back. We kind of ended, you were in the field, but you were in safe land, so we just said you'd get back to Dretcher's Bay, which has been your home base for the last couple of adventures. You had done one adventure into the water there, essentially, and then you've been kind of coming back here ever since. And you've been here, well, I'll say, for a couple of days, so you had time to kind of get some rest. And if anybody was down hit points, although I think we calculated with the cleric and everything, you guys would be back up. You could be back at your hit points. Most things are available here, so you do have some money. Everybody got tons of treasure and stuff, but a lot of it was jewels and things. So if you want to buy anything that's not too crazy, if you're like a demi-human, it might be hard to get like plate mail, but you could probably get other armors. Most weapons are available. Any kind of like horses or whatever you could get here, no problem. If you they generally give approximately 70% of the value of the jewel when you trade it in here. So if you want to trade anything, that's what it's worth. If you want to try for more, we can play that out if anybody dares, but you may end up with less than 70. So that's up to you guys. But before we do any of that, let's introduce the characters that we have, and I'll start at my left with Dean. So tell us about your character a little bit.
We have Illith, the female elf. She's a spellcaster and archer support. Prefers not to get into hand-to-hand combat. She's not the strongest. Has been on 3 or 4 of these now. Didn't quite start with the beginning of the group, but joined in shortly thereafter.
Okay, nice. Yeah, so Illith has been, I think she was at part of the Mask, and then a few other ones, but she's been a really good party member. I'm going to skip your Crystal because we have to make some changes. So I'm just going to jump over to Scott, who has the original party member.
Well, the original backup party member, anyway.
Right.
Tolly Worrywater, the super strong halfling.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, the original backup character. He met the Flayed King and started this quest out. And he's hired on a henchman who's a cleric. He's a human. He's Adast.
Nice.
Which has been useful. Yeah,
Adast has been around for a while now, enough so that he's leveled up a couple times, I think. So that's pretty good. So the party's growing in strength and in numbers as we move forward. So Tony.
Walking out of the jewelry shop here in Dretcher's Bay, you see this middle-aged dwarf, and he's coming out with this pouch that he's just throwing up and down in his hands there from this piece of jewelry that he's just traded in for some gold pieces. And he's got a smile on his face knowing that he's fixing to go and get him another set of chain mail. Then he realizes that, I gotta buy that elf a new shield. I wasted her shield last time. I guess I'll have to get her a new shield. As he turns to look up the street, sitting on a wooden crate is a human male that's sitting there stroking both ends of his mustache that he has, and he's surrounded by all these beautiful young ladies that he's talking to and telling them about the finer things of him being a superb archer and bowman. And I am playing Owen, the dwarf, and also Emir, the superb, strong, and adept Archer is my henchman.
Yeah, and I think you made, well, maybe you think it's a good deal because he's such a good henchman, but you made kind of a an extreme deal with him, with something like a 50% cut, right? So he's probably enjoying that right now. Okay. So, and Marcus, tell us about your character.
Yep, just playing Richard, the previous fisherman, now fighter. He would have been hawking his valuable gems. He would have been walking out as well, probably selling those. So he's basically in the market now for some armor and a proper weapon, because the spear that he's using, I don't know, just isn't quite cutting it, in his mind at least. So that's what he would be doing.
Yeah, this is not a very big town, but it's a major trading port. So in that kind of main street, if you will, market, they sell pretty much just about everything. There is an armor and everything. Like I said, plate armor takes a while to make. So if you're like, you wouldn't be able to get plate probably for the dwarf, but chainmail's pretty, they can cut it down to size or whatever. So I'll say that could be pretty readily available here. And obviously anything for humans, you can get armor to fit, no problem.
Are the costs going to be what the book says for like chain and all this?
Yeah, prices from the book are fine here. This is a pretty normal place, so you can do that. Also, any if you want to get any horses or anything like that. So you met a couple days ago Crystal's newest character. Maybe first tell us about your other character and why she's taking a little bit of time off, Crystal, and then to introduce your new character to us.
Yeah, so previously I was playing Amanda Merlin, the wizard extraordinaire with blue skin. Never piss Faye off. But she's taking a bit of a hiatus right now, having a broken arm that will take 8 more weeks to recover. She feels that it would be best to stay back in town, maybe trying to learn some new spells while she's recuperating a little bit, but mostly just give that arm time to heal up. As for my newest character here, his name is Eric Phillips. He's a bit more on the posh side. He always seems to try and carry himself straight, sucking in his gut and having proper balance and such. He keeps all of his facial hair nice and trim, as well as his hair slicked with gel. And following him are his 2 companions. One, his name Gatesy Brute. She is a bit dandyish in appearance. She has braided red hair. She kind of likes to think of herself as a prankster, but she's also very well spoken, like my main character, which is kind of why they get along pretty well. But yeah, she's a bit of a or let's say, like, one thing I'll say about her is that she does seem very like malnourished almost, might be the right wording for it. And every once in a while you see her pull out a handkerchief and cough into it, as it seems that she has some illness that maybe it hasn't been discovered by no way to heal it. And the other companion that follows is Katie. Unlike her two, unlike the other 2 that she follows, she's a lot more unkempt, with short auburn hair, and like just kind of everywhere, dirty face. But she definitely has a sneaky demeanor to her. She generally tends to stay back a little bit from the other 2, trying not to be seen, trying not to make it seem like she's necessarily with these 2. And that's basically what she gets paid to do, to be a backup in case these two get into something that they can't get out of on their own.
Awesome. Cool. So there's again, anything you want to pick up? Scott wrote in the chat there was a magic short sword that nobody has claimed. I don't think nobody's using that sword yet.
Somebody that needs a better weapon that's just laying around, no one's using it.
Yeah, he picked that one up. I think near the gravesite of where the centipedes were. You guys didn't know what it was at first, but that's what it is.
Yeah, so flame adventure.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So in addition, while you've been here in the town, you've kind of been hanging out at the tavern, and there are a few henchmen available to be hired if anybody is interested. I'll kind of go through them quickly. There is Fradru, who is a barbarian, which is actually a new class. So I'm testing out new classes by making them henchmen. So it's got a few different things in a fighter, but it's basically a barbarian. So you can imagine he's a muscly dude with lots of oil on his skin. There's also Katerina. She is a conjurer, which is a magic user. She's dirty in appearance, white hair. She's a little bit harsh, but she definitely is could be a spellcaster, basically. Then there's Nora, who is she was here last time too. She's actually not any kind of a PC class. She's just a halfling, so she's not a halfling PC. She's a halfling craftsman at this point. So she'd be more like a torchbearer, so she'd be cheaper. By the way, anybody like that gains any experience, so if they actually get involved in anything, will become like a class after the first adventure. Because I mentioned that because there's also Albed, who also he's just a male human, so he doesn't have any class. He's actually an artist, also a kind of torchbearer type. And then there's a footpad, which is thief, Claralif, who's also a man. So those are all available if anybody's interested in hiring on a henchman. We can look into that at this point. It's not a bad idea because if your character does happen to pass on, you'll be able to keep going.
Yeah. Illith would look to see about hiring on a companion to go. The conjurer, the human artist, and the footpad are ones she's interested in talking to.
Okay.
See if anything happens there.
Okay. So generally, you're going to want to make an offer, which is generally a percentage. It can also be a flat thing up front, but usually some kind of a percentage. And then based on your offer, they will that will affect your role on some level.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, so let's say the conjurer, what would you offer her in exchange for being your companion on this journey?
Typical offers of experience and share is in what range? Or is there a range?
Ish is like kind of average. You could go lower if you have high charisma. You think you can pull it off? And higher helps the roll. But yeah, 20% ish is pretty standard. Plus, you provide them with all their equipment, like horses and all that other stuff. And oftentimes, a little bit of money up front doesn't hurt.
Okay. The conjurer sounds like could be a good addition here, seeing as we're losing one of our spell slingers. So I think I'll offer the standard 20 there and offer 100 gold pieces up front if the conversation rolls well.
What is your charisma? Do you have a modifier on it at all?
No, just a base 10.
Okay. Oh, okay, perfect. Good that you offered the extra 100 because it just put you over the top. So she accepts. She'll sign on for at least this adventure for that deal, and I'll send you her info in a second. I'll send it to her in Facebook and a messenger.
Okay.
Are you interested in the other ones, or you just want to take one?
Actually, I was kind of interested in Albed, the artist, just to see where we could develop him into.
He's yeah. Did you read his background? So yeah, he's pretty anxious to go. You probably wouldn't have to offer him as much. I'll say that. Like generally, a non-classed character, 10% is enough if you want a base roll on him.
for 10% experience and gold share, and then
Represented gold share, yeah. They all
Yeah.
get experience.
yeah. So basically, I'll just offer him a job, just like you say, torch bearing and equipment carrying, but nothing, no combat for him.
Okay, yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, you rolled high on him. Okay, yeah, he's totally into it. So yeah,
Yeah,
he'll
I
take
pulled
it.
off 50% with ADAS, but I shovel off room and board onto him, and so he didn't pay for anything. Plus, he's gotten some hefty bonuses.
Yeah.
The magic item to boot. So yeah, he's getting more than 20% when it comes down to it.
Yeah. What will end up happening is after every adventure, like as soon as you're paying people normally and nothing crazy happens, you'll be fine. But if like it's a crazy heavy adventure, you might want to give them extra money. That kind of stuff can happen. Right now, I mean, everybody's been pretty cool to their henchmen, so I haven't had any issues. But yeah, it's not a bad idea to treat them better than the deal.
Oh yeah.
That's good
I toss a gem his way. I toss all my silver and copper his way.
Yeah,
On top.
never hurts. Yeah,
The magic item doesn't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the occasional extra just to keep them extra loyal and keep them around.
Yeah, it's smart to do that. Tolly will tell you he's had good results with his henchmen so far. Okay, so yeah, those two are signed on. So did you want to also talk to Nora, or do you want to see if
no, the halfling wasn't one. I was thinking we do we actually have a rogue in the party?
Yeah, the I guess you would know that
the footpad guy.
Well, yeah, you would know because they were all offering their services before Crystal's character appeared. The one of her henchmen is a thief.
Okay,
yeah, one of mine's a thief and the other's a magic user.
Yeah,
Okay.
they were there before you got there, so everybody would have known that about them.
You got a really nice set of thieves' tools you could outfit them with.
Nice.
We found it somewhere. I don't remember where.
Yeah, I do remember those thieves' tools somewhere. Good ones do.
Thieves tools, are they magical or something?
No, I don't think so. They were just nice.
Oh, okay.
A good set.
Same as Venture is the sword.
Okay. Well, I mean, Eric could hold on to those and
Finely crafted.
hand them to them. Yeah. Well, Eric could probably hold on to those, and then he could present those as a gift at some point. Like after a big adventure or something.
Because those are expensive. So that's a good
They are expensive. They're good to have a backup.
setup.
And I guess so. Marcus, did you want? Did Richard the fisherman want to? Does he feel ready to have a henchman at this point, even though he started off as a lowly fisherman?
Yes, he would like an apprentice, someone to pass along his fishing.
You've got a barbarian,
Mhm.
a halfling torchbearer, or a footpad, which is a thief.
Ooh, it's a tough one. I like the idea of the footpad, perhaps.
Okay, so that's Clarif. And like I said, if you offer 20% and plus a little bit of sign-on bonus, it's usually a pretty straight roll. I don't know what your charisma is.
It's actually 10. Okay, it's not so bad.
Yeah, if it's not negative, then you're probably okay with that. If you have a bad charisma, you might want to.
Okay, so 20%. Okay.
If it's between 9 and 12, you're okay. Or over 12 is really good.
Nah, it's 10. Yeah, so right in the middle, almost. What was his or her name? Sorry.
What's what?
What was their name?
Oh, so the thief is Clarif. I'll send you the information if he agrees to it. So you're going to offer him what?
20%, 18%.
Do you want to offer any kind of a sign-on bonus? And you're going to present the equipment and stuff?
I will find him a fishing pole and teach him how to fish.
Okay, that's all right. Fair enough. Wow. No, I rolled 12, which is the best possible roll you could have. Oh yeah, not only is he on board, he is super excited about learning how to fish.
Yeah, good.
As a bonus to his morale. Wonderful.
Good.
Okay, so give me a second. I'm gonna send everybody their hireling.
Yeah, cool.
Cool. Let's see if I can. I think this is it. Then we'll move forward. All right. So you got. A lot of windows open here. The Conjurer. Okay. So the artist. All right, so I'm sending a message to you right now, Dean. Ooh, just do that. No, can't do it that way, I guess. Okay. Nope, I think I just sent you the wrong thing. Yep, I did. Ignore that. Or read it if you like. Let's see. Look at what I'm sending you before I do it. It's this and this. I'm just screenshotting the character records right now. If they survive and you love these guys, you can make actual character records for them. All right, so I just sent you two things. That should be the two characters. Now,
Okay, I'll take a quick look at him here.
Yeah, it's on like kind of that weird form, but there's like a well, the character is anyway. It's the one with the actual character class. It has like instructions at the top as to what everything means, so it should be fairly clear, I think, but just in case.
I assume standard shields and arrows and stuff like that are available here.
Yeah, like just the way they write it, it's not like a character record sheet. Like it's kind of like a chart, but I think it's pretty clear. Marcus. All right, so Marcus, I'm sending you. I think I'm sending you a character. Yeah, Cleriff the Unready. So hopefully they do better. There wasn't a character that was called the Ready, and I think they died.
Oh,
So
no.
the Unready is better than the Ready. Okay. So yeah, there you go. So you got your henchmen. And again, if you want to pick anything up now, you may want to buy stuff for them. If you think they need anything, they do all have a little bit of stuff. Let me just make a quick note here. Okay, that's good enough. Like I wrote down spells in the spell book and everything for the magic user, and the thief has his skills and stuff all in the sheet. Awesome. Okay. Fantastic. So everybody's got henchmen. So while you're kind of looking over that, I'll kind of give you a little background on today's adventure. Essentially, when Eric arrives in town, he also has with him a very, very old dwarf. Mostly, this dwarf is here because he's the grandson of the grandson of a grandson of somebody who apparently has been in this tomb or had gone through this process that they call the proving, which was basically an ancient kind of dwarvish ritual where the young dwarves would go through this temple, completing various tasks, and in the end, they would be able to drink from this giant decanter of wine, which was called the Dwarven Blood. And the item that you're looking to get, they believe, is actually this decanter. So essentially, they're thinking you're going to need to go to this temple, which has been long buried, some thousands of years ago, and recover this artifact from there. So he tells you that he has like this scrap of paper that's from a notebook from his great whatever grandfather, and he presents you with what is kind of he says it's a dwarven verse, which might be useful to you, and I shall read it to you. I'll also post it in the thing. We are the mountain, we shall not waver. Under crushing weight we stand, we shall not waver. The water may crash, but we are the mountain, we shall not waver. The heart of the world is the heart of a dwarf. It shall not burn, but forge us true. I bore the weight of the mountain and lifted it high. I faced the ocean as a mountain and did not waver. I was proven. So that's like an entry from his great grandfather's journal. Let me put it in the chat too, so you guys will have it. So you've got that, and you basically have rough directions to get to this place, which is mostly to your relief over the course of mostly civilized lands. So you should be able to travel on regular roads for the vast majority of this trek to get to where you're going, until like the last maybe a couple of days, and then you'll go up into a mountain range kind of area. So it should be fairly simple. So we're going to probably just hand wave the few weeks it's going to take to get there, because not much will happen in that time period. I'm just looking for the thing so I can give it to you guys. So that's this. Cool. I feel like I can do everything on my computer except for play Dungeons and Dragons without having multiple monitors. There's so many things to have open. All right, so that's basically what was written on this thing. And he wanted to hand deliver it to you. Oh, am I frozen?
You are indeed.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can hear you, but your image is froze.
Oh, and I look perplexed. All right, I'm
You
going to
do.
turn my camera off then. Okay. There we go. That way it's not distracting. Okay, so hopefully I don't disappear because we're rolling here. Everybody else is still here, though, right?
Yeah.
I am.
Say yes.
Yep, we're good here.
Okay. All right, so you won't get to see my pretty face now. If I have to try to illustrate something, I'll try to turn it back on. Okay, any questions before you, either from this guy or just from me, or before we start actually journeying?
Yeah, just a quick note in case Ilif wasn't clear. Ilif Owen would have brought you a brand new shield and replaced the shield that you let him borrow. He bought you a brand new shield.
Thank you.
Cool. All right, was there anything else interesting or weird that anybody wanted to buy, or just regular stuff you guys got? Rations and so on?
Just regular stuff. Picked up horses for the two henchmen. Food and stuff to take everybody overland, and I'm not planning on anybody fighting him on my side, so I didn't get armor. But should the gear that she has, the conjurer should be fine. I'll see about afterwards, getting them some more after this adventure.
Awesome. Yeah, because she's just a magic user. She can't use much, but
how much would rations cost before we leave? Because I have 2 iron rations. That's it.
Oh. Yeah, you're gonna. Well, you can pretty much stop in towns as you go. So I'll say it'll cost like a flat 10. Let's say
Yeah,
so it's a week.
I don't have
Let's
that.
say what's that? You don't
I have 3 gold. That's it.
You will not have enough gold to make it. Somebody's gonna have to loan you money. This is not uncommon. It happens oftentimes at the beginning of an adventure. Somebody might have to hook you up at the beginning, anyways. At least for the
As we get going.
yeah, as you get going. Although your henchmen probably are eyeballing you, the fact that you can't pay their their food. But yeah, so you can stay in tavern, inns and stuff along the way until you get to the last part of it, and we'll say that it's maybe 5 gold pieces a day, so 35 gold pieces roughly for the week. Per week, and it's going to take you 2 weeks to get there, so about 70-ish gold pieces. And then if you want to buy a week's worth of iron rations, I think it's 15 gold pieces. But let me just check. I'm looking for my equipment.
That's 70 total for the party?
No, that's each. Unless you want to just live off rations and camp in the field, you can do that if you want, obviously.
Man, we need Hawkwind here to Jew him down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is there a loan shark I can go to, or?
I think we got plenty of cash for food on the way.
Yeah, we scored pretty good on the last couple of adventures.
Yeah. You definitely got enough cash to cover it. You'll just have to, at some point, pay it forward to however you guys want to do that. You'll probably get cash out of this. Probably whatever you collect at the end of this, I'm sure that the party will be. Well, because there's
just take it out of the new guy's, final pay.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll come out of your pay, basically. Why can't I find the equipment? All the things not to be able to find. There's the classes. I think it's 15 for a week's iron rations, but let me just check. Rations, iron, yeah, 15 1 week. So it's only 5. Yeah, I mean, assuming you're staying at DF, that's so you're going to look at, and then you buy iron rations after that. So you're looking at about 85 gold pieces. So you have enough to kind of go out into the field with. Plus that. So yeah, so you've got 2 days of traveling on the field. So at the last town that you stop at, it's kind of a small-ish town that you're going to go off the roads here. This would be your last chance to pick up anything that you might have suddenly thought of in the last 5 minutes that that you didn't.
We still got horses, right?
Yep, you got your horses. You can take them with you where you're going if you'd like, or you can hike in. It's going to take you about 2 days if you. It's going to take you about 2 days anyways because the horses aren't going to be able to travel very quickly. So it'll take you a little bit, like slightly longer days if you walk and leave your horses here. Or you can take them with you. But you are going into a dungeon, so I don't know if you want to walk with horses. But
what do you guys think about finding a nice farmer with a pasture field to pasture them in for a week or so until we get back?
We know a place. Solomon Cade, right? For Solomon Code? Solomon.
Yep.
He's got horses. He's got a pasture.
hold on, who's that?
Solomon.
The man at Hawkwind talked to that when we first come to town. Wasn't that here?
Oh yeah. Oh, that would be. I mean, you're already way past there.
Oh yeah, we're a week down the road
I
riding from Dretcher's Bay.
Yeah. I'm sorry, if that was unclear. I just hand waved you guys 2 weeks in the future to kind of cover that travel.
Well, at this point,
yeah,
going to the dungeon. Yeah, we need to find a place to put them, or just.
Yeah, you could probably find somebody in this town to watch the horses for you. They basically tell you that you can leave your horses here for a gold piece a day. But if you don't come back, then they get to claim them. Basically, that's why they're giving you a good deal. Because if you're okay with that, and do you want to take any horses with you to carry like stuff, or you just want to hike it in? How do you want to go? Not take all the horses, but take some, or not take any, or.
We could take a couple. I got a henchman that's not going to be a fighter. He's basically being a torchbearer and a watcher for us.
We don't have any mules, do we?
No, but you could. This guy he's a farmer, so he probably has some beast of burden if you want to trade a horse for it. Let's say he doesn't have much gold.
Take a mule on retainer while he holds our horses.
Yeah, because trust me, going up in those mountains, you're going to need a mule. Those horses ain't going to make it in those mountains, especially those dwarven mountains.
Let me see how many mules he has, just in case you want more.
This nice shiny copper bracelet until we get back.
Okay, yeah, he's fine with that. I mean, he seems pretty trustworthy. He's a little bit. You get the feeling that he thinks you're probably not going to come back anyways, and your horses are worth a lot more than the. He has 3 mules if you would like to take up to 3 mules. Or you can take advantage of up to 3. That's how many he has.
Well, having too much treasure to carry is a good problem to have, but I don't want to have it. Let's take the mules.
Sure.
All right, yeah, you can take 3 mules, no problem, and they can mostly eat just on the way, whatever plants or whatever, so you don't really have to worry too much about them. They've got some packs on them, you can load up with the treasure that you hope you find, and you're off on your way. We'll say you start in the morning, so it's nice and clean. Let me see if anything happens for the 2 days that you're traveling. You're in kind of a mountainous area. It starts off kind of fields where there's farms and such, and then you head off into a wooded area, which is slowly kind of rising, and the trees get shorter and shorter, and eventually it breaks up. But during the first day, you're still in the forest. You're going to be camping down in the forest, and it's kind of your standard forest. You've got small game animals and stuff running around. Nothing seems overly threatening here at all. And you get through the entire day. You find a pretty nice place to camp with no problems at all. So let's just do you guys are probably going to have a guard set up as usual. How do you want to do that? Do we know?
Richard can volunteer to go first with his.
We all have we all have companions now, right?
Yep.
So we could each do like our main character stays up at one point during the night with their companions.
Everybody do a 2-hour watch, and we'll have the whole night covered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Do you have a particular order that you care to go in? Or do you-
If anyone has dark vision, they should go during the darkest parts, in my opinion.
Well, with the helmet, I do.
The dwarf and I believe myself we do.
So that's 3 of us.
So the other 2 could have first watch and last watch.
Well, if no one minds, I wouldn't mind taking first watch.
Pass the helmet around,
That's true.
and everyone will have it on their watch.
Yeah,
That'll be awesome, right?
That's a good idea. Cool. All right. So
Yes, if you were to pass that helmet around, we could keep the fire low so that we wouldn't draw anything's attention, perhaps.
Yeah. Whoever's on watch, just put the helmet on while you're on, take it off, and pass it on.
yeah, you can sit like a little bit away from the fire, so it'll be fine. Okay, so Eric's gonna take the first watch, and then with it, so you got
Just
one.
go right down the roster there if you want. That's probably fine.
Just go right
Probably
down.
have-
So I'm just gonna go Eric, then I'm gonna go Ilith, and assuming with your people.
Yep.
And then Owen, and then Tolly, and again with your people, and then Richard, the fisherman. Okay, cool, good. Oh yeah, so it's actually as we were talking about the last few sessions, it's getting into the colder part of the year, the winter, and so you're keeping your fire low, but you're all gonna get huddled close to it to keep the warmth you can. And night passes pretty quietly. Actually, there's a little bit of snow that falls, but not so much that it's really a pain in the butt. You just kind of shake your blankets off every once in a while. And when you wake up, maybe your bones are a little bit stiff from the sleeping in the cold. But it's a pretty peaceful night. And when you wake up, you can see through the trees, kind of bright, crisp light coming through. So you think it's a cloudless day, and it feels like it probably should be a pretty decent day.
Let's make some good time if it's clear.
Yes, you should be able to cruise pretty well. So you're heading out the second day, going up about halfway through the day or so. Actually, you're breaking the tree line essentially. You're just getting to the point where like trees are a little bit they've been getting smaller and smaller, and now they're kind of getting broken up a bit. When you notice. Oh, interesting.
It's always bad.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like,
Okay. I like when there's subcharts. That makes it more fun. So I'm rolling the random. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Give me 1 second.
all right, everyone, we're about to die, so just prepare yourself.
Oh, actually, let me see if we're surprised first, so I can see distance. That's kind of the difference. Oh no. Yeah, actually, you break the wood line, and you're kind of like heading up like a little bit on a ridge, essentially, where it looks like it's going to like drop down a bit, and then you'll climb back up to go up the mountain, and you kind of get right to the edge of this ridge, and when you look down, you see below you, and completely unexpected to you, a number that I do not know yet because I have to look at it. Number appearing, but trolls, which you definitely recognize because you've fought trolls before.
No,
Feel like
Eric hasn't.
Very successfully fought trolls before. Let's see.
Eric hasn't, so Eric probably doesn't know what they are.
They're a pretty common horror story for kids around here.
Yeah, so you see these things and they're just like nasty, and whatever they're doing, I'm gonna say they're eating something. They're eating like some kind of an animal from the woods, but of course we all know because we've all read The Hobbit that Nothing trolls like better than dwarves. So
Man meat is always better.
yeah. So they look up and they're going to definitely. Oh, I have to check their distance, but I'm sorry, I can't find the page for trolls. My ability to look up things is really low, right? Troll X41 is a little unexpected.
The number of trolls might determine our action.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm seeing how many the number appearing. That's the important part. Oh boy. Okay, hold on. Oh my god. There are 8 trolls.
Whoa!
Let me roll the distance though. That's gonna make a big difference. Oh, they're not super far away, but they're 70 feet. Well, 70 yards away. You are surprised though, so they do have the jump on you, but they can't get to you. They see you and they drop what they're doing and they run towards you, but that's all they can do because they can only move 40. So at the end of this first round, when you kind of catch your breath, you are now 30 feet away from. I'm gonna put my camera back on. There we go. You're now. I have to because there's trolls. I have to be live here. So they're now 30 feet away from you, but you are above them. So they're kind of running up towards you, and you're on a ridge line. So you have a little bit of I don't know, you got high ground basically. But let's roll initiative. I'm just gonna start at my left. So go ahead and Dean, you be initiative for this encounter. I'm sorry, they're 30 yards away from you.
I got a 6.
Okay, they got a 3. So you're gonna go first. They're running currently towards you. So does anybody? Oh, by the way, I realized, and now I've been playing it for a year, so I'm not going to change the way I do it. But there's not a restriction against shooting missiles into melee in basic, which then is probably the reason why movement is first. But since I always play it the other way, I'm actually going to move missile to the head of movement, and we're going to keep it the way that I have it, which is if you shoot into melee, you can hit your opponent. So missiles and magic, then movement, then melee. That's how I'm going to do it. So does anybody want to shoot a missile or cast a spell?
Is there some brush, like dry brush or trees or stuff in front of them, like where they're running up from?
Yes, there's like some small shrubs and stuff. And it is the winter, so they're definitely
Are there any big rocks maybe or boulders at the top of the ridge where we're at?
Well, we're shooting, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Nothing huge. I mean, there's small rocks, but nothing like a boulder.
Okay.
Just to clarify, Daniel, because I didn't hear the end of it. You said there is some that maybe you could set on fire that's in front of them?
Yes, for sure. To answer Tom's question, so it's just the beginning of the winter, like end of fall. So there's definitely leaves on the ground, and a lot of the bushes and stuff that are in the vicinity, the shrub bushes don't have any leaves on them. They're like dry because it's the end of the season. It did snow last night, but it's also about halfway through the day and it's been sunny, so you think it's probably pretty dry, yeah.
Yeah, both my guys would want to do missile then.
Okay.
Yeah, Klarloff is going to do a missile attack as well. The henchman guy.
Nice.
Okay. Elith will launch an arrow as well.
Okay.
And Charlie's going to use the sling ring, and Odas made himself a little sling while we were in town.
Nice. Okay, so everybody's doing missiles. Perfect. I'll just go left to right then if you guys don't mind, unless you want to do it in a certain order. It's left to right for me, which is Dean first.
Okay, here we go.
I'm sorry, Illith.
15, 17, 19. That's armor class 0, so that should be good.
That's good.
That'll be 4 points.
Wow, nice. Okay, so your arrow sinks into this first troll. Okay. All right, cool. He's still coming. Next would be Eric. You're doing a missile as well, right? You said. Oh, I'm sorry. Did your henchman have a missile weapon? None of your henchmen have.
No.
Okay. Oh, and you're not going to do a spell, right? So, Eric, were you doing a missile or no? Crystal.
You're muted, Crystal, if you're talking.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I was looking at my characters.
Oh.
I'm trying to see if either of them have, but I don't think either of them do. No, just no. I'm not doing any missile.
Okay. Okay, Scott, if you want your characters to do their thing.
Tolly. No. AC 7.
Okay.
8S? No.
Yeah, their AC is 4. So yeah. Cool. All right, yeah, boom, boom, you hit them. Or miss them as in that case. Down to Owen.
Owen and Amir both look at each other and have the same idea as they start wrapping up this piece of cloth and pouring some oil on this cloth. And of course, Amir's doing it on his bow and on his arrow, and Owen's doing it on his bolt. And what I want to do is shoot both of them in some of this brush and try to set this brush on fire to maybe divert them where they have to change their path to give us more time for them to get to us, is what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
Because I'm going to set up this smoke and this fire in front of where they're running. Let's see. Amir is going to be, oh wow, hit armor class 0.
Oh, wow.
And Owen will hit armor class 7.
Okay.
If it hits a brush and all that.
Yeah, so I'll say armor class 7, that was a good shot. Like you shot into like a really good pile. And it lights up. Yeah. Armor class 7, it hit the ground and it's lighting up, but not nearly as well. So yeah, you've got some fire coming up in front of these guys.
Okay.
Their reaction when they get to it. Cool. And Richard.
Yep, so Cloroth is going to try to shoot off his bow. An 18. I think it's an AC 1.
That definitely hits you.
Okay, just 1 damage.
Okay. All right. Cool. So let me just see what they're going to do for this fire there. Oh, wow. They see the fire, and they like stop dead in their tracks. And they start to back up. They don't run yet because they're trying to see how big the fire is going to get, but that armor class 0 really set off a big pile. So you're actually almost losing sight of them with the amount of smoke that's coming off this thing, and you do see they're backing up. So let's do initiative for the next round. That's all they're going to do is stop and back up. So let's go initiative again. 3 for them. Dean.
Okay, sorry, I thought you have the next guy, but okay. 5.
Nice, you guys go first. So you see these guys backing up. Does anybody speak troll?
Not Richard, definitely.
Okay, yeah. I mean, they're saying something, but if you don't speak troll, you don't know what they're saying. It seems like a couple of the bigger ones are yelling at the smaller ones, but none of them are moving forward. Okay. Anybody don't want to do anything? Or I'm sure you want to do something. What does everyone want to do before we figure out the order?
I'll shoot again. I'll
Okay.
tell what's her name here again? Katarina? Not to cast any spells at this point, but hold off for another round.
Okay. And does anybody else want to do anything besides missile or move? Does anyone want to move? Did you want to move, Eric, that last round? So I didn't give a chance to move.
I was gonna say I was gonna pull out my sword and shield,
Okay.
and how steep is the ground? Because you
It's
said
it's pretty steep. Like if you were to, it would slow you down maybe to like half your movement rate if you were going to go up it. But you could run down pretty easily.
okay. I just want to run out about 10 feet and prepare my sword and shield for like when they get to us. So like I'll be the first target that they'll hit. Since I have plate armor, less chance I'll get hit.
Okay.
And Eric will say like, oh, my first adventure out with you lot, and I already have to kill children's fairy tales.
Okay. All right. Does anybody? So for this next round, though, does anybody want to do any missile fire or movement, or what is everybody doing? I guess let's just run through.
Yeah, missile.
Missile weapons.
Missile.
Yeah, Cloroth and missile
Cool.
again.
All right, so I'll just go again in the same order just to make life easy. So go ahead and make an attack if you'd like, Illith.
Okay. Oh, same roll as last time.
Oh, nice.
15 plus 2 plus 2 gives me an armor class of 0 for 19.
Wow, really good. Okay.
So dice. 5 plus 2 for the magic ball for 7.
Nice.
The same one that was wounded last time.
Yeah. Yeah, you're definitely getting like some smoke up, but you can identify this one because he has an arrow in him. 2 arrows because somebody else shot an arrow. So yeah, and you get him. He's still up though. Yep, go ahead.
I'm just wondering, can my Faith character, can she take out both her sword and dagger?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, she's done that.
Cool. Okay, how about Tolly? These guys are standing behind the fire. It's starting to pick up a little bit, but you can certainly missile at them if you'd like.
Just gonna do the sling at it. No. And Adest will sling as well. And miss. We're on a roll.
It's a little hard to see, so you guys are probably having some issues there. Okay, that's not too bad. How about Owen?
Owen and Amir, same thing. They wrap up these arrow in this bolt again, and they set them on fire. But instead of trying to stir up some more with the wood and brush, they're going to actually try to shoot for the trolls and hit them with these fire arrows.
Okay.
Wow, Amir, he's negative something. It's way over there. But it's only going to do minimal damage, 1 point on it.
Okay, and then roll a d4 for the oil, the
D4,
fire.
okay. A 2.
Okay, so 3 points.
And 1 is not going to do too well, I don't think. Nah, he's going to miss, definitely.
Okay.
Wild shot into more brush.
I know he had great damage. He had max damage, but horrible.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Oof, okay. Yeah, these guys are pretty big and strong, but they are obviously a bit afraid of fire. So, moving on to Richard.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You're doing missile, right?
Yeah. Let's see, 11. Where am I? Where's the charge? Yeah, 8 AC. I'm pretty sure that misses.
No, that does not hit. Okay. How about your henchman is not attacking?
That was the henchman. Yeah, Richard doesn't have a.
Oh, he doesn't have this one. Perfect. Is Richard doing anything? Just standing back?
Yeah, for now.
Okay. All right. So how about Eric? He's moved forward 10 feet. Are you going to do anything else? You're 20 feet away from the. I guess if you move forward 10 feet, then you're 50 feet away from the trolls because they're 30 yards away.
When we get to movement, I want to do something, but for now.
Yep, movement now.
Okay. Casita? I don't know how to say her name. I'm just going to say Katie.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it kind of looks like to me. What she's going to do is, seeing how afraid these trolls are, she puts away her longsword and she takes out her jug of lamp oil, and she's gonna like rub some on her blade, and she's I'm gonna say she's gonna move up and like she's gonna rub some Eric's blade so that Eric can put his blade in the fire and have a flaming blade.
Wow.
I don't know how long that will take, but
okay. Yeah, I mean, you could certainly do that. You'll have to obviously run up to where the fire is, which is right in front of which is kind of like in front of the trolls. So you'll have to move closer to them to do that.
Okay.
It's not going to burn for very long, like 1 round. So you probably want to stick it in the fire right before you attack next round.
All right.
If you want to attack.
Is the fire starting to die down at all, or?
No. Actually, no. It's actually spreading.
Okay.
Yeah. Because of a weird offshot arrow, probably. It's kind of like spreading out. I mean, it's not like a wall of fire, but it's definitely spreading a bit.
Okay. She's just gonna coat his his blade in this oil for now, and then and on the next turn she's gonna have her tinderbox ready so that she can hit a spark on that, her flint and steel.
Okay, so you're going to stay back 50 yards where you are right now? Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, they are... Let me roll them around and see if they want to try to run through this fire. Wow. I'm rolling terrible on the morale. They do not want to go through the fire. They're basically... you can sense that the two larger of the trolls are basically yelling at all the other trolls. You can kind of put together now that they're saying, you know, go through the fire and get to the enemies or whatever. But they're arguing amongst themselves. So on some level, they're not even paying attention to you, except for the fact that they're kind of telling each other to go eat you. But none of them are moving forward to the fire. So,
you know, now might be a good time to make a tactical retreat.
Yeah. So next round, let's do initiative 4 this time.
1 second.
Yeah.
Oop. Okay, it's tie this round. Going down 1 point a round. We're getting slower.
All right, so let me just see what if they fail their morale again, because if they do, they're going to run. So I just want to see that since it's simultaneous. Oh no, this time they've gotten their shit together, so they're going to actually come forward this round. But so you get it's simultaneous, but you guys can do your actions first, and then they'll just still get to go even if you kill them. So is anybody doing anything? Everybody doing the same things, or what's everybody's plan?
Clarlef, the henchman, is going to do another missile attack, but I think Richard will maybe start moving ahead to eventually do melee.
Okay.
Adast will continue to sling, but Tali's going to flame on the spear and advance a little.
Okay.
Illith will continue with missile and magic fire from probably about 10 or 15 feet behind the melee folk.
Okay, so you're pretty much going to stay where you are, and then the melee people are going to step forward a bit, I guess, more or less. Fair enough. Okay, so go ahead. Anybody do a missile? So again, I'll start at my left. So Illith, go ahead and make attacks against the
1 second.
trolls. There's 2 trolls that are... There's one that you've been attacking, so I'm assuming you're going to continue to attack the same one, but there is a second one that is going to hurt, too.
Armor class 4?
That just hits.
That just hits? Okay.
Yep.
Let's see what we got here. So that'll be 6 points this time.
Oh, wow, nice. Yeah, this troll is actually stumbles back a little bit off that attack. Okay, and going other people doing missiles. So Tali's Adast rather.
Adast will. Let's see. It's AC 6.
Okay, so that's not
good enough.
Okay. And I'm sorry, Tony, did you say what your characters were doing?
Yeah, same thing. The fire arrow and fire bolt. So let's see. Armor class 3 for the bowman Amir with 2 regular damage and max fire damage 4.
Okay.
Ooh, and Owen got a nat 20.
Whoa, nice.
So wow, and max damage on the bolt, 6 damage and 2 fire. That's what I'm talking about.
That's really good. Okay. Yeah, this one, which is one of the larger ones, is now with a couple of flaming arrows stuck in him. It's not like he's on fire, but like you can see that like these wounds are like pretty serious on him, and he's not looking great at this point. Okay, moving down. Your henchman was using a missile weapon, right, Richard?
Yeah. So
go ahead.
Let's see. 10 on the die. I don't think that's gonna hit. Nah, it's 9 AC.
Okay, so no, right. Okay. Go back to the beginning. So Eric, were you moving forward now and attacking with that sword, or are you going to stay where you are until they come to you?
How far away are they?
They are from you. They are 50 feet.
Okay. Let's see. All right, I can normal combat move. I can only move up 20. So.
Well, it's 20 yards outside though, so you can move 40 feet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess with my sword coated in oil. Yeah, I'll tell my retainer to stay back, and I'll begin to move forward. Yeah, I'll move up 40 feet.
Cool. All right. So you're just 10 feet. You're kind of are in the fire area at this point. I mean, obviously not standing in the fire, but you're standing right next to it.
Try pinning one of them trying to come out of the fire right at the edge of it.
Yeah, like they're gonna have to run through the fire to get to you, and vice versa. If you were to stop them, they wouldn't be able to get through. So Talia moved forward just a bit, right? So you can't attack yet. Adash already went, and both the twins
I'm just presenting a flaming spear.
Yeah, you're scaring them off with it. What about Richard moved up a bit, right? Did you not like a full movement?
Yeah, just not a full movement, I don't think.
Okay, cool. All right, so being that trolls are bullies, some of them did move forward based on this morale move, but not the bigger ones. They like sent forward the weaker ones. So 3 trolls are coming forward. They're going to walk through the fire, so they're going to take damage for that because they're also not very smart. Let's see. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. In fact, one of them gets burnt pretty badly. The other 2 get burnt, but not terribly badly. But since one is certainly going to stand and attack Eric because you're right there. He is actually, because trolls aren't very smart. Yeah, he's going to. He does not like. He doesn't go around you. He just kind of like runs out and attacks you. So he's still kind of in the fire a bit. So he's probably going to take damage next round. But he is attacking you, and they do get 3 attacks. So let us see what happens. So right will be the bite. Okay, so 2 claws and a bite. Ooh. Let me see. Your AC is 1. Let's see. He needs.
With my shield, I have an AC 2.
AC 2. Let's see. So for AC 2, he's going to need a 13. 13 or 16 and a 7. So he actually slices you once with the claw and bites you once. So the claw does 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And the bite does 10.
Ouch!
Maximum damage on the bite.
Okay, so the claw did 5.
Yep, so 15
I'm
total.
dead. Okay, my character's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. The claw did 5, and then that put you to what?
7.
Okay, so you're -3. You're going to our injury chart. Okay.
No, that put me to 6.
What? It put you to 6? Oh, so -4. Okay. -4 if you took 10 points. So this troll bites into you and does something. Go ahead and roll a d6.
6.
Oh. All right. +4 is 10. Oh, interesting. Severed limb. So this troll bites off one of your limbs.
Right.
Let us roll to see which limb it is. Severed destroyed limb. Roll on table 3. So I'm using my special. You don't die, but you take some serious injury table.
Are you left or right-handed?
Go ahead and roll a d8. You're right-handed. Yeah, call that first. Oh, you're right. No, you're left-handed, right? Crystal, all your characters are
Yeah, I'm
left-handed.
left-handed. Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and roll a d8.
3.
3. Right arm. Wow, that actually worked out perfectly.
Okay.
No more shield, but you can still fight.
Yeah, so your arm is bitten off. Now, you also lose. Actually, you can roll it. Roll a d4 +1. That's how much strength you lose.
3, and so 4 total.
All right, so your strength goes down by 4. Ouch.
Ow.
And you're bleeding out. You're gonna basically die if somebody doesn't do something about it.
Don't do anything about it.
4. So, okay, yeah, you're gonna die in 11 rounds.
Great.
Yeah. Ouch.
So with my final breath, can I just like tackle this troll into the fire and hold him there?
Sure. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Watch it suck. Yeah, I rolled a 5.
Okay, yeah. So you are a little bit off balance, but he's still standing there, so you'll have another chance. Okay, the other 2 trolls move forward. They can move. They can actually move all the way up to. So the 2 people who walked forward were Tolly and Richard. But Tolly's got that flaming spear, so
Come get some.
I'm going to give him a -2 on his attacks because he's afraid of the spear.
He was -2 on me anyway, since he's larger than
And
me.
also -4 then. Okay, so wow, okay, good. That's really good. All right, so 16 -2 is 12. Your AC is what? Is it better than 2?
1.
1. So yes, that doesn't hit because you need a 13. So you do not get hit by the troll who is afraid of your flaming spear and your tiny.
He pulled that swing because of the fire.
Yeah. You're basically holding him back with the fire. The other one goes after Richard the fisherman. He's not afraid of your fishing pole.
God damn it.
Oh. Okay, you get clawed twice.
Oh, boy.
The bite misses. So you're going to take 4 and 1. Oh, that's not bad.
Okay, it's only 5. Not too bad at all.
No arms off or anything?
No.
All
I'm
right.
down to 17. Or no, I'm down from 17, so I'm at 12.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad. Okay, next round. So you see your companion up there is the arm. If you've ever seen Monty Python, the arm's gone. There's blood squirting out.
That Black Knight didn't stand up very long.
Just a flesh wound, Still fighting. So yeah, your arm's cut off. So let's roll initiative for the next round.
Want me to do that one again?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Oh, I think I got 6.
And true to form, I'm down to a 3 now.
Well, you're walking your way down.
5, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Wow, that's so funny. So they're going to stay engaged with who they're at. The one that's in front of Eric is going to take damage because he's standing in the fire. So let me do that first. 28. There it is. Takes 4 points. Okay, and he can't regenerate. So he's actually barely standing right now, but he is going to get to attack you again. Oof, it hit you once again with a claw and a bite. So the claw does 5. That puts you to 1, right? So you're still up.
Yeah, 1 HP left.
The bite's the devastating one. 9.
Right.
Oosh. Okay, 9 on the bite. So you were down to what? How many HP?
I was down to 1, so -8.
All right, so roll a d6. You're probably going to die now.
Yep. 1.
Oh, no. 9. So that's only internal bleeding. So yeah, he bites you
only
and-
internal bleeding after I got my arm ripped off. Oh, that's so much better.
You're not. Hey, you're bleeding both internally and through a place where your arm used to be. But you're not dead. Not being dead is good. All right, though you will die soon. All right, so the one on Tolly again is going to have those minuses. Okay, so 2 18s and the 15. So he needs.
I wanted to run away, actually.
You can still run. You would just to cauterize your arm, or else you'll die. Okay, so your arm AC is 1, right, Tolly? So he needs a 14 inches. You get hit. All 3 times. Wow.
I'll sunder the shield on that bite, though.
Okay, on the bite. Okay, so the 2 claws.
Man, I forgot I could do that.
Oh, well, yeah, not anymore. You can. Your shield got eaten off. That is true, though. You could have done that. I forgot you had a shield. Right, I'm gonna roll it again. I forgot what I said. The first claw does 3. The second one does 2. So you're a 5th level character. That shouldn't do much to you. And Richard the Fisherman. Let's see. Are you going to float away? Oh, I think you. What's your AC?
5.
5. I actually think you may have missed you. Nope, just hit you on one of them. So it's one of the claws. So you get clawed for 1 point. Whoosh.
Okay.
The luck of the fisherman.
I know. It's good.
All right, so it's on you guys now. You've got one troll is burning up in the fire, fighting Eric, who is fighting valiantly with only one arm. You've got 2 that have moved forward. One facing off against Richard, the other one facing off against Tolly. The rest of them are still behind the fire. Oh, actually, this one regenerated. Okay. I'm gonna keep checking my regeneration. Okay, good. So, does anybody want to missile fire or magic?
Adas is casting.
Okay.
Yeah, more missile fire.
Okay, so let's do magic first, just to get it out of the way.
He's doing the light spell.
Oh, okay.
Troll that's fighting the one arm.
Can I tackle the troll again or try?
Well, it might be blind, so just let it save first.
Yeah, it might be blind. Let us see. Let me just roll the save. We'll see if it saves. Find that later. Roll the 12. What does it need to save? Let's see. It saves as fire 6. So 12. What am I looking at? That's combat. Now, where's saving throws? Looking at the wrong chart. Fire 6. Here we go. Magic. So rod staffs or spells, right? So 14 it needs, so it fails. It is blind. So you notice that the eyes just go like dark or bright, I guess, in the one in front of you, Eric.
That one can't fight no more.
It is blinded, yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Done. Okay. No other spells, right? No. Okay. So missile combat. I'll just go left to right to make it easier for me. Did you do? Sorry, Ilith was doing the missile.
Sure.
Sure. Do you want us to keep targeting the one on the other side of the fire, or do you want to refocus on one of the ones that's come across?
The most hurt looking one anywhere around.
The most hurt looking one is also now blind and standing in fire. So I mean, you could certainly attack that one, but I don't know if it's
that one can't fight anymore. Leave that one alone.
Can't fight anymore,
Okay,
so.
then the one that's
The
got
other
all
one-
the arrows sticking out of it.
Yeah, the
See if
one
we can make him lay down.
Yeah.
Not with that roll, I'm not.
All the burning arrows.
Yeah.
That's like armor class 13 or something.
Okay. That arrow misses so bad it heals him. Okay, yeah, so you miss him. Yeah, he's still on the other side of the fire. He has not taken any fire damage though, so you do notice that he seems to be kind of getting he was slouched over before. He seems to be getting a little more energy into him.
Yep.
All right. Missiles. Adas is missing. No, he's spelled. Tall's using melee. What about Owen?
Yeah, same thing. Owen and there. Two more fire arrows and bolts.
And you're shooting the ones on the other side, right?
Oh wow! I rolled a 1 and a 2, so they both miss.
Okay, yeah. So those aren't anybody. Okay, and how about Richard's companion?
Would he be able to do a movement into melee, or would he just be able to take the full movement?
No, you can move into melee if you want.
Okay, well, that's what he's going to be doing.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay, so then we'll circle back. I'll just handle the melee as I go across. So Eric, you're in melee with this thing in the fire that can't see anymore. What would you like to do?
I'm going to take my dagger out of my pouch and stab myself in the neck.
Okay, roll an attack. No, I'm just messing with you. You want to kill yourself? Is that why you're doing that?
I have one arm and eternal bleeding. I mean, I'm kind of useless at this point.
Okay, all right. So you stab yourself in the neck and you drop to the ground dead. That's fine.
Great.
The troll, unfortunately, doesn't see it because he's blind. All right, so Tolly. You got
Tolly's going to slam this flaming spear into this troll.
Nice.
13 plus 4. Hit AC 0.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Big bonus because it's a troll. Ooh, and 8 points of damage.
Oh, nice. Okay. So that's this guy. So, yeah, he actually is, he almost goes down to a knee. He definitely is very, very wounded. And, of course, with the fire, he's not going to be able to get it back. Boom, boom. So, Richard and company. I'm sorry, Crystal. Did you want your NPCs to, first of all, which one is going to become your main character right now? And then do you want them to engage in melee?
The thief. And, no, she'll just stay back.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right, so sorry. Richard and company. You've got one troll on Richard.
Yep. I guess we're both going to attack it. I'll start with Klarloff. Klarloff, whatever. He's using a Morning Star. He rolled a 6, so that's going to miss.
Yeah.
And Richard with the sword, a 1, and a 1 for damage. So 2 1s.
Nice. Double ones.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Win something there.
Yeah, that's not going so well for you over there. Okay, cool. That's that. Everybody's gone this round, right? That wanted to?
I did.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I didn't skip anybody, right? Okay, good. All right, cool. Next round. Let's roll initiative.
Get initiative, come on.
I'm going to say the blind, they got a 2. The blind troll doesn't know enough to walk out of the fire, so he dies. He falls down next to the body of Eric.
He didn't know which way is out.
Yeah, he was like, he wanders into the fire and falls on top of Eric's body. 2 on initiative. What do you got, Dean, on your side? I think you're muted.
Yep, he's muted.
Yeah.
Sorry, 5.
Nice. All right, you guys go first.
Cool.
So you've got 3 trolls that are kind of the bigger ones, like on the other side, like taunting and yelling to you guys that haven't made it across. One of the smaller trolls is on the other side of the fire as well. That's got a bunch of arrows stuck in him from Illith. And then on your side of the fire, there are 2 trolls. One currently engaged with Tolly, and one currently engaged with Richard. No, there's 3 trolls on your side. No, I'm sorry. One of the trolls on the other side of the fire has also got some arrows in him from Owen. So you're currently looking at 7 trolls still, 2 of which are on your side. So does anybody want to do any magic? Okay, so
Root will cast shield on herself.
okay, done. Okay, so we'll do missile fire. Do you need
Yep,
fire?
Illith will fire again.
Okay.
This time at one of the 2 trolls that is closest to help out our folks who are not doing so well in melee.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 19, so that's going to be like -4 or something.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, something in that range.
Okay, yeah, and you do hit the troll. Yep. Yeah, I rolled randomly to see which, because remember you can't pick who you're hit attacking, but in all cases, Holly's so damn small, and then there's 2 against 1. So you hit the troll, no problem.
Okay.
What was the one with
5 points.
Okay, was the one the one attacking Richard?
Whichever of them looks the most damaged so far. For 5 points.
Always looks the most damaged. Okay, so that one. Cool.
And he can't regenerate at the moment because he get hit by the flaming spear, right?
You believe that, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's the one to beat on.
Yes, Crystal. Are you saying something?
No, I'm sorry. I'm trying to wait till my turn. Never mind.
I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Did you want to do missile fire, Crystal?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know how far away they are, but if Kadith can, Katie, whatever, she'll throw her dagger at one of them and then pull out her sword.
Okay. Yeah, if you throw it at one of the ones that's on this side of the fire, then you'll be because she never moved back, never moved any closer, so you'll be in short range, I think. Let's quick look. You're either in short or medium. Let's see, range on a dagger. Dagger. 5 to 10. You're probably in medium range, so a 0 modifier.
Okay. Wait, how far is the range? I mean, how far would I have to move?
You could move closer if you'd like, but again, I'm doing movement after missile from now on, so you wouldn't be able to do it.
Right. Okay. No, I'll just chuck it from here.
Okay.
It's a magic dagger plus 1.
Nice.
That gives me a modified 20. So
Nice.
I think that's a hit.
And you threw it at the one on Talia or the one on Richard?
Whichever one was more damaged again.
Okay, Talia.
Sorry, my second. Trying to look at my to hit. Yeah, I definitely hit.
Okay.
And damage, right? 5 damage, max damage.
Nice. Okay. Magic dagger flies through the air, 6 into the troll. The troll drops. Cool. Let's see. Are we doing is 8S cast, right? No, he didn't. Yeah, he cast this round.
No, he cast last round.
Okay. Yes. Was it 8S doing missile? Or?
Yeah, he'll join in on Owen's target since that seems to be easier to hit.
Okay. Nice.
And it's not.
Okay. Okay.
Owen just made it look that way.
Nice. It's his first time with a sling. Okay. So Owen, what do you guys want to do?
Yeah, Owen and Amir, same thing. Target the same ones they've been targeting. Amir's going to miss. Owen is going to hit armor class 2.
Oh, no, nice.
And he will do 5 damage with the bolt and 4 damage with fire.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, this one is looking really bad. The one that Illith has been plugging away at seems to be getting its second wind back there. Cool. And how about Richard? Oh, no, let me roll back around from melee. Well, I'll just go backwards when I do that. So, Richard, both your characters are doing melee, right? So you can go ahead and do that.
All right,
I'll go backwards.
Start with Clarlef. And that is a 3 AC.
Nice. That hits.
6 points.
Nice.
And Richard's attack, it's like a 12 or something. AC.
Like 12 AC? Oh, no, that's not going to hit. Okay. Cool. Now I'm just going back. So let's see. Both of you guys did arrows. Tolly's making a melee attack, right? Although you'll have to run to another opponent if you want to do that because there's nobody next to you.
No, he went down.
He went down. I mean, you're all pretty close together. You can just spin around and attack the one that's on.
I'll take the next one in line.
Yeah. Yeah, you can attack that one. It's basically, you're all within about 10 feet or so of each other, 10, 15 feet of each other. So.
14 plus 4.
Yeah, that's probably his.
That'll hit. AC minus 1.
Nice. With the flaming spear, right? That's true.
Yes. Damage 3 plus 2 plus 1. 6.
Cool. All right. He's looking pretty.
Fire damage.
6 fire. So that's, yeah, he's looking pretty bad. He's getting like scarred up and burnt. And, you don't see him getting any better from that. Okay, so next, about you threw your dagger. What about you in your magic use cast spell? So did Illith, any of Illith's henchmen want to do anything? I don't think you've done anything. You're kind of staying back, right?
No, the conjurer doesn't have any spells of it applicable to this situation at the moment, and the other fella just has a hand axe and
he's really a combatant, right? Cool. All right, so let's go into the next round. So let's roll initiative. Ooh, 6.
3. So I guess they're going to get something there.
Yeah, he's going to
bug you. Anything. Fire is going out. Let me just roll there because they just lost several people and they're using a lot of fire against them. I'm going to roll their morale again. Oh, all right. No, they're holding steady now. Now I think they're getting a little pissed. And they're going to go first. So actually, the bigger ones didn't get big by being as stupid as the other ones. So they're coming forward, but they're going around the fire. So it's going to take them a bit to get to you. At least it'll be probably not this round. Definitely not this round, and probably not the next round. Like you see them at first, maybe you think they're going to run away, but that you see that they're actually just skirting the fire. So there's 1, 2, 3 doing that. There is a smaller one and one that's been kind of like shot a lot with arrows on the other side that still seem like they don't want to go anywhere yet. They're kind of trying to hide behind the fire in a sense. So 3 are coming around. There's one on your side that's now engaged with a bunch of people. So I'm just going to see who he's going to go after. Okay, so he's actually going after Tolly still, which is probably good because you have all those bonuses. So he's -4 to attack you because you got the spear. Okay, those definitely miss. The 17 is a 13. And your AC is now 2, right? Because your shield got eaten up.
Yep, it's 2, no shield.
So he needs, let's see, so he got a 13. 13 hits, AC 2 exactly. Okay, so you get hit by just one of the claws.
I knew it. That's okay.
Only 1 point. A shitty claw attack, but a claw attack nonetheless. And the other ones aren't attacking because they're too far away. So, yeah, that's it. So it's your turn. Anybody doing magic?
I'm going to not do magic this turn, but I'm going to tell the other 2 archers that are with me to prepare more of their fire arrows. I'm going to hold up the one flank of them trolls, and I'll need some fire right afterwards next round.
Okay. Okay, so anybody doing missiles right now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Can Kessa, whatever her name is, I'm just gonna call her Katie. Her name is Katie. Can she get her magic dagger back?
Sure. If you want to run over and get it.
I mean,
that'll probably all you can do.
Okay, so we're still at the top of the hill.
Well, I mean, there's just I mean, you'll have to run to the troll and flip it over and pull the dagger out. So yeah, you can do it. This is probably all you're gonna be able to do. But yeah, you should be able to do that.
Does she think she could do it before those other trolls get here?
Probably.
Okay, then she'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take a round, which is 6 seconds. So, yeah, they're going to take a bit to get to you. Cool. So you run over to get the dagger. All right, so let me start with the missile people then. I'll start again with my left. So, Illith.
1 second. Rolling. 13, 15, 17. 17 is armor class 2.
Hits.
And again, into whichever one there's one left standing in the melee fight, right?
Yeah. Oh, you want to go for that one? Okay, sure.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. You hit it.
And 5.
Okay. Arrow sticks in the back of it. It's still standing, but it's definitely staggering at this point and getting a little bit nervous about its propositions. Okay, so you're running to get your dagger. What about the thief? Your thief. Oh, well, that was the thief that threw the dagger. What about the magic user? Your henchman, Crystal.
She's just standing up on the hill, kind of observing. She's not doing anything yet.
Okay.
She doesn't think there's much she can do. The only other spell she has is sleep.
Okay. And is Adas doing a missile?
Adas is going to chuck a flask of oil at the big ones that are coming.
Oh, okay. Sure, go for it.
You got a 7.
Who splintered their shield earlier?
Charlie did.
Okay.
You got a 7. I doubt that hits anything.
Yeah, that probably just splashes and makes maybe the fire was starting to peter out in the bushes. It makes it come back up again, so at least it's not a complete loss. But yeah, that doesn't hit anything. And how about Owen and company?
Yeah, you say these bigger ones that are now starting to come up closer.
That's right. The one that you've been nailing with fire arrows is still kind of like he's like hiding behind the fire, like trying to decide what to do. But there's 3 that haven't been hit at all that are big, and they're all coming around. 2 are going to the left of your left, and 1 is going to the right.
Well, we'll go ahead this round and concentrate on the same one that we've been trying to take down. Let's see, armor class 4,
That hits.
and that will be a mirror, and that will be 6 regular damage and 4 fire.
Nice. He goes down.
Good. The hideous 1 hit point troll still does full damage. So, kill him.
And I'll let you, since they shot at the same time, I would think that I guess Owen's probably skips bone past then.
Yeah, you probably both shot the same troll. You wouldn't have known he went down right away. Makes
So
sense.
fair enough for me.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
it would have hit. I hit armor class like -2 with him, but that sounds good.
So it was like a Robin Hood moment. You like split the arrow, and then it falls down. And you guys can debate later who actually killed the troll.
That's right. But you know who's going to win? You know who's going to win that one?
One did the damage, the other one burnt it in to make it permanent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it never hurts to burn the trolls more than the initial arrows. Okay, so so I'm at the end now. Richard, you're doing combat, right? And everybody's done missiles that's going to do it. So let me just do you and go backwards the other way. So Richard's group, right?
Yep.
Yeah. This thing's pretty injured.
Okay, so the henchman misses. Richard nat 20.
Nice.
But only 3 damage.
That's exactly enough.
Okay.
What do you got? A sword or something?
I think I get a +1 to damage, so 4 damage actually.
Oh, nice. Even more than enough.
Yeah, cool.
Yes, you hack at it, and the thing it falls. It collapses in front of you in the circle of you guys that are there.
Roll him in the burning bush.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'll nod and maybe kick it towards a burning bush.
Okay.
Burning brush.
Yeah. You probably can. That's a good idea. You probably isn't going to move that easily. You'll have to probably make an effort, but yeah.
We cleaned up all the ones that were in melee with us.
Yeah, that's correct. The only ones that exist right now are one that's got a bunch of Illith's arrows in it with no fire damage. On the other side of the fire, that seems a little bit like hesitant to come across the fire. It's a smaller one. And there's the 3 really big ones that are running towards you. They'll probably be here in not this round, but next round.
Close ranks and back up.
Is this the next round now, or?
Well, no. Everybody. Well, I think everybody else was doing melee, and there's nobody else in melee. So,
Okay.
is there anything else you wanted to do? Like, what is it you want to do?
Oh, when I get a chance, I want to grab the since I'm down here grabbing my dagger, I figure I could grab the shield that Eric had and run it to Tolly.
Okay. Yeah.
It's still got an arm on it.
Shake the arm off. Shake the arm out.
Gross. All right, yeah, you can do that. I mean, you run to the troll, you pull your dagger, you kind of get the shield off the ground this round, and the next round you can run the thing over. And they still won't be there yet because they're going to spend their entire round running. But let me just see if you guys go. It doesn't really matter if you go first or last, but I'm just curious. So go ahead and roll initiative.
Close rank and back up, guys.
Yeah, so you guys are closing in together. They got a 4.
A 5.
Okay, so you're going to go first anyway. So yeah, they're running. If you wanted to shoot at them with missile weapons, you certainly could do that.
Actually, what I want to do is cast a web spell, and hopefully the other guys will have the fire arrows ready to shoot them when I tie them up in the brush and stuff around. I take it it's only low brush here. It's not like a full forest.
Yeah, it's mostly. I'll say if you back up, like you were saying, like your closing ranks back up, you could probably get yourselves behind a few trees and then wait to the moment till they run into the right spot and then fire off the spell. That's what you want to do.
Yeah, the 2 that are coming around, I want to get them someplace where there's something to anchor the web spell with, and tie them up long enough to get some fire arrows in the brush around their feet. Maybe even a lob an oil or something at them.
Okay, that seems reasonable. Yeah, I mean it'll be like. I mean, technically, this round everybody's just moving around, so it'll be as soon as the beginning of the following round when they come in. You can do that. If you want to cast them, like, you can get it by surprise and definitely nail them. It'll be against initiative, though. Like, if they beat initiative, they'll get past, so you'll have to roll initiative for there.
Okay.
You can cast it ahead of time, but then they might go around it. So it's up to you how you want to do that.
Can I basically like hold it until they're in the right position and cast it at that point?
Well, that's what the initiative will be. Yeah, you'll have to roll initiative against them to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'll say because you're trying to do it, I'll give you guys a +1 on that.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's how you'd have to do it.
So basically, this turn I'm communicating with the other 2 archers to set that up.
Yes, and what are the archers setting that up?
Yeah, if Ilith would have yelled that towards Owen and Amir, they would definitely do what she says.
Okay.
Larlife can help as well. He has his bow.
Okay. Does anybody want to actually attack the trolls while they're running, or are you guys just prepping yourselves?
No, we're circling the wagons here.
Okay. Makes sense. All right, they're coming at you next round. I'll give you, again, +1 on your initiative this round.
Okay.
And assuming you beat it, you'll get that spell thing going on.
Well, I rolled a 5, so the +1 will be a 6.
And they rolled a 3. All right, so that succeeds.
Okay.
So you cast your spell. You catch 2 of them on one side. The other one's coming from the other direction in the web. And I guess you guys are going to fire arrows into it.
Yeah, shoot those fire arrows and bolts into them.
Yeah, you can do that. I mean, as long as you can try to shoot the actual troll, obviously, which will still help. I mean, it's going to set the web on fire for sure.
Right.
But if you hit at least an armor class 10, you'll hit the ground around it, which might still cause the fire.
Yeah, I'm going to say actually, Owen's pretty wise, so he's going to actually shoot at the ground to try to get the ground. And Amir, being the better archer, of course, he's going to shoot actually for the troll.
Okay.
Oh man, I shouldn't have said that. Amir's going to miss bad, and Owen will actually hit. That's armor class 11.
Okay. No, 8 or 11. Because
I meant, yeah, I'm sorry. I rolled 11, so yeah, armor class 8. I'm sorry.
Because that would miss. Huh. Oh yes, you shoot into ground. What about we got a flaming arrow coming from Richard's henchman as well?
Yes. Let's see. Haha, rolled a 2.
A 2. Okay, doesn't hit either. Let's see. Creatures with strength can break through them 2 rounds. Okay, so it's going to be stuck for at least 3 rounds. So you'll have another chance to get that thing on fire before then. I mean, there's also one coming from the other direction. Was anybody else doing a missile attack?
We've got one coming around flanking us, though, right?
That's right. Yep.
Is he in range for melee?
Yeah, he'll be in range for you to attack him with melee if you want.
Yeah, Adast and Tali will double team him.
Okay. What about Eric? What are you doing?
Eric's dead, but Katie is going to run that shield over to Tali.
All right. Okay, you're running up with the shield. And I'm sorry. What did Illith also shoot an arrow? Because I think I skipped that.
No, Illith cast the web spell this time.
Illith cast the spell. Sure, I just forget Elf's cast and fight. Nice.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so I guess we're in melee then, because everybody shot their arrows, right? So Tali's attacking this troll, or are you missiling them?
Tali and Adast are going to melee.
Okay. All right, so you can go ahead.
Double tap. Adast. 13. +1. Hit AC 5.
Ooh, nope, they're 4. So this is.
Nope, not enough. But that'll hit. 19.
Nice.
But only for 1, 2, 3, 4 points.
Okay.
Fire
That's
damage.
throwing, or no, you're using the spear, right?
Yeah.
That's fire damage. Nice. Okay.
Or Adast was trying to use the staff of striking, but he missed.
Okay. Those guys are in a web. He's there. This guy's on the other side. I think this. I'm going to roll individual morale for this one's on the other side. Yeah, the one on the other side that I was saying was smaller. You probably noticed out the corner of your eyes is running. It's like, screw this, and it starts to run when it sees all this shit go down.
He's the new chieftain.
He's the new chieftain.
Yeah, he picks up. Okay, so the 2 in the web are going to try to break through the web, but it's going to take several rounds for that. But the one that ran around is going to, it's on Tali and Adast. So let's see who attacks. Let's see. So even is Tali, it'll be Adast. Okay, 4. So it's going after Tali. It has the -4. You still have the spear, right? Oosh. Misses every single one. Yeah. It's big, but it's afraid, so it misses. And that's the end of that round. So currently, so go ahead and roll initiative for me. Just regular straight initiative this time.
Yep. This time we only got a 1.
Okay. So
I knew it was coming.
So currently 2 of them are trapped in the web. There is some fire on the ground. Okay. It's not quite caught the web yet. And they can't do anything but try to break out. It's going to take them. I'll just roll this next. It's 2d8. Yeah, you can see that's going to probably take them a little bit to get out of it. Like they're pulling away, but it's you got them really good. But the one in front of Tolly can still attack, so it's going to. I'm going to again do the same thing. Odd. The 8 asked even Tolly. 4, so it's going to attack Tolly again. Oh, and also you're there too now with the shield, right? Handing it to him. There's technically 3 people there. Let me reroll that. So I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
She's probably
still
behind
Tolly. Yeah, all that, and it's still. Did you you probably don't have time to arm yourself with a shield because they want initiative, but you can do it next round.
Okay.
Because you were attacking them, you wouldn't know it. Oof. I don't think it would have mattered anyways. So I actually think they got 20, which definitely hits you, and then oh no, but it's minus. Oh, actually, no, this is so it only hit you with 1 claw for 4 points.
Take it.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Because otherwise, if you didn't have all those minuses, it would have hit you 3 times.
It's good to be small.
Yeah, it is. It doesn't happen that often, but when you do fight the bigger creatures, it's like nice. Okay, that's all they can do this round. So it's on you guys. Is anybody doing? You guys are going to shoot your missiles into the web. Do you guys want to see if anybody hits that web or hits the trolls?
Yep, I'm going to concentrate on the 2 in the web. Ooh, good. A mirror hit armor class -2. And that is going to be 5 regular damage and max 4 fire damage.
Oh, right.
So 9 total. And good roll on 0 and 2. That's armor class 0. And it'll do max damage on regular damage and 1 on fire. So 7 total.
Will you both shoot the same troll or do 1 on each troll?
I would say they would each target both, 1 of each.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, that's how I did it. I just wanted to, that's what you wanted.
Does that mean it's on fire now? The web's going to burn too.
On fire, so they're going to take damage from that. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, this will be pretty good. There's more people shooting missiles though. We've got.
Illith can shoot this round, right?
Yep.
How are you guys doing, Tully, on the one you have over there? You just need help with that one, or are you just doing okay?
We can always use help.
Yeah, he's pretty big.
The other 2 aren't going anywhere, and it looks like fire's starting over there, so I'll launch 1 into yours there. 13, 15, 17's armor class 2, so that's going to be good. Just barely graze him for 3 points, though.
Okay, that's not bad. That's good news. Oh, okay. Cool. What about Katie? What's she doing? Is she doing a missile, or are you doing melee?
She's given that shield to Tali already, right?
Yeah, that happens as risk. You kind of like threw it to him, and like so you can do something else this round. That wasted your.
Okay. If there's a troll around, she'll pull out her long sword and slice it in the back.
Yep, there's one right there.
Oh wait, is it that's the one that's attacking Tali, right?
Yep.
So could I get a backstab on it?
I mean, it's where you're there, so I would say no.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll still try and hit it, I guess.
You'd have to take a round to hide from it, probably.
Yeah, you'd have to hide if you would rather do that.
Well, I've already rolled to attack and I missed, so.
Okay. You slice at it to no effect. Okay, so Tully and company. Did you didn't attack this round, right? I got lost for a second there. No.
Yeah, they went first, right? Yeah. So we got a 1.
That's right. The trolls went first. Yep.
Adest misses. He's a horrible day. And Tully misses.
Oh no. Okay. Okay.
Come on, Richard.
Richard, what you up to?
Let's see if Richard can save the day with a melee attack. Save the day, he will not. So with a 2 on the die.
A 2 on the die. Okay, that does not hit. Okay, so the web catches fire and they begin to burn, and they are probably screaming. Words is probably not very nice, but it's in troll, so you don't know what they're saying. As they catch fire, and they're stuck in the web still, so they can't get out yet. It does burn for a couple of rounds before they come up, so they're still
5 damage for 2 rounds.
Yep. And it's burning pretty well, so that's good. So next round is just the one that can actually do anything, but we'll still roll initiative. Everybody went that round? Yep. Okay. Ooh, got a 6 though.
Roll
What do you got, Dean?
Roll big, Dean.
Unfortunately, no. I got a 3.
Okay. So there's the one facing off against a bunch of you guys. So we've got Katie, we've got Tolly, we've got Adas, we've got Richard. They're all facing off against this one troll, right? So I'm going to roll a d4. And in that order is who it goes after. 1. So Katie. So you are being attacked by a troll. Let's see.
All right, let's see how many characters I can lose in one adventure.
This could be good. Okay, I think. Okay, Katie, AC 6. Oh, right. Thief doesn't have very good.
You
AC.
won't beat me.
That's right. Oh, yes. Listen, the dice didn't like you today. 8 trolls. That's unheard of. Okay, so you're in AC 6.
I'm still trying to figure out why we didn't run away.
I don't know. So actually, it hits you once with the claw and once with the bite, which is exactly what happened to your other character. So once with the claw, it does 3 points. And once with the bite, it does 5.
Okay, I'm dead again.
Oh, you're really dead again?
Yep, -2.
Okay. All right. So then you're at 5 or whatever. Then roll d6. Let's see what happens. Roll low. Come on.
Like I had 3 HP left, and you hit me for 5.
Okay, that's fine. So you'll still be. I'm sorry. So you'll still be at
And I rolled a 6.
crushed bone. Okay. Roll on table. And then, yeah. All right. Let's roll a d6. See where you're crushed. You're also left-handed, I guess.
As long as it's not a skull, you're okay.
Yeah, exactly. Let's roll a d6.
Ironically, there's a bunch of left-handed people.
I guess so. You said that all your characters are left-handed, so I'm just
5.
5 ribs. All right, your
Okay.
ribs are crushed, which is going to basically have mechanical effects of you you needing to rest more often, which is
Right.
going to slow down the party. But yeah, you get crushed ribs. But in addition to that, always you got hit in the ribs, so you're going to lose some con. Now I'll let you roll something nice like that. So roll a d4 -1. That's how much con you lose.
I rolled a 1.
Okay, so 1, because it's a minimum of 1. So you lose 1 point on your con.
Which brings me down to 8.
Good. So it's not bad. It's not 0. And if that affects your hit points, then obviously adjust them. Otherwise, you're good. Basically, the main thing is whenever you get hit in combat right now, while you're hurt, you have to make a save versus paralysis, or you will be stunned because your ribs are busted. So you're a little fragile right now. That's the main thing. But there's also some exploration stuff that we'll talk about when we get to that point. But that was the troll. And now it's on you guys. Anybody missing? You guys
Yes.
get continue to fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Move thing.
Waterlock.
Okay.
Near will be armor class 3.
Hits.
And let's see, 4 regular damage and 4 fire. And
Oh, nice.
Owen's going to miss bad with a 3 on the die.
Okay. Okay. Pretty bad. Hold on, I put the damage on the wrong guy. This is the one that's in the fire. Yeah, he's definitely looking bad, pretty bad. Just because it's that same troll. Richard's henchman shooting at that troll as well, right? So you want to do yours now?
Okay. Far left. Got an 8 on the die, which, yeah, that's not good.
All right, let me roll the damage from the fire, just so I can handle all that at once. Not as much that time. All right, the webs have burned through. They're not quite dead, but they're definitely singed. Okay. And now everybody who feels that they would want to melee against, I guess you guys are all melee. Oh, no, hold on. You're shooting an arrow, right? Illith, into the...
Illith, yep.
All right.
Whatever one's left that looks like it's about ready to fall down.
Well, there's the one in the melee with Tolly, the one you shot at the last time, is probably the strongest right now.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 that were caught in the web are weaker for sure because they're burnt up, but
Yeah, but they're starting to get chewed up over there in the melee,
Yeah,
aren't
for
they?
sure. Yeah,
So I rolled a natural 20.
No, that definitely hits.
3, 4, 5. 5 points.
Oh, nice. Cool. Yeah.
And let them.
Yeah. So let's do melee. So go ahead and Tolly and Adast.
Let's see. Tolly got a 2.
2.
No, he's not going to hit anything. Adast, 14 plus 1. He hit AC 4.
That hits.
That hits with the Staff of Striking
Nice.
Woohoo!
for 7 points.
Cool. I like the staff striking. All right, yeah, it's hurt. I mean, it's probably equally as hard as the rest of it.
Finally hit something today.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the first hit all day.
And Richard has not gone. I think everybody else has. And Crystal disappeared, so
Okay.
15.
15. Let me see what that is. AC 4.
That hits.
Okay, and 3 damage.
Nice. Okay. It's hurt, not dead though. Okay, so that's that round. Oh, actually, you shot an arrow into the ground. Okay, so I'm gonna just do something. I'm gonna roll to see if actually in front where the web was, the web burnt up, but you actually at the first round you had shot one into the ground as well. So there's fire in front of these trolls. So they're gonna either have to go around you or charge through it. I'll make that decision. And if they charge through, they'll take damage. So let's roll initiative for this round.
1 second. We've got 2.
6. They're getting good initiatives all of a sudden.
Oh.
All right. I'm just going to roll to see if they go through it or not. Yeah, they're so pissed off, they're not thinking. They run through the fire. So they're actually going to take some additional damage before they can do anything. Oh my God. Okay. They just took max damage on the fire. That's good. They ran through and really got crispy. All right. It wasn't very smart for them. They're charging through to attack you guys that have the bows. They're going to engage you in melee. So let's see. There's 3 over there, right?
They're coming after me and Emir, you said?
Yep. You got the 4 of you. You got Illith, then you got Owen and company, and then you've got Richard's henchman. I will know everybody's. Yep. If you survive an entire adventure, I'll remember your henchman's names. So it's going to be that order. I'm going to roll d4.
Yeah.
For the first troll, 1. First troll is going to go after Illith.
Yep.
Second troll, 4. So Richard's henchman. Okay. That's not going to be good. Henchman down quickly.
Forloff.
Maybe you'll get lucky. All right. So against Illith, first troll. Got a 20 on one of its claws. That definitely hits. And then there's no minuses to attack you because you're an elf, not a halfling, right?
Yes.
And what is your AC?
3.
3. Sorry, I lost my little. So it got the highest score cut was an 11. I do not think that hits, but let me just check. 11 hits, AC 4 just missed you. That's good. That was the bite, which is devastating. So you do get clawed once though for 1 point of damage. So that's not too bad.
Just a little scratch.
Now Richard's henchman.
Just a scratch.
Oh my God. What's your henchman's AC? Sorry.
I think it is 6.
6.
Yeah,
Okay, so I think you got hit twice.
Just a
So
scratch.
13 hits in armor class 2. So unless it's armor class 2 that hits.
He has 2 hit points.
9 hits armor class 6 actually. So that if it's armor class 6, then you got hit 3 times.
Okay.
All right. This character. It's a good thing we didn't learn the character's name.
Yes.
Because this is gonna be bad. All right. So 2 claws and a bite. Here we go. Ready?
Yep.
Claw 1 point. Oh wow. Hold on. Claw 1 point. Oh my God.
So he's at 0.
You only 2 hit points.
Yeah. He has 3 con.
Bite. Let's see what happens. 2. Oh my God. For like anybody else, that would have been like nothing.
I know.
All right. So you can, but you can't stay at 0. Well, I guess you would have.
Negative 2.
Chart. Okay. So I guess technically the way we should do it is the 1. So roll a d6.
Okay.
We'll roll a d6 plus
+1.
plus 0 because the first one was
So
0.
just a 2.
2. Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. It says roll again. So basically, roll again.
Mm-hmm. A 3.
Okay, so that time stunned. Okay,
Okay.
but then you got hit again though. So that would have brought you to -2. So roll again it'll be a d6 + 2 for the second effect.
So a total of 4.
Knocked down. So you're stunned and knocked down. So basically, you get knocked on your ass. And if you roll under your dex, you don't drop your weapon. Otherwise, you are weaponless and on the ground. But you are still at 1 hit point, surprisingly.
Wow. Okay.
I can't believe I rolled so low. I'm like, that's going to be devastating.
That's crazy.
Okay.
If you hadn't fallen, you would have taken the full brunt of that.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened. Because the last one was the bite. So like it tried to bite at you, but it just like completely, it banged you over or whatever. Whew. All right. That was both trolls, and then there's one troll on Italian company still. So that's oh, I guess I included Illith in the other. I've included you in both times, in both things. Everybody. So technically, you wouldn't be able to be attacked by this one because it's by itself. So the only people with there now, because Crystal's character is gone, because I don't know if she is. So it's either Tali or Adast. We'll say she's hiding in shadows. So even Tali, Adast is odd. I'm rolling a d6, and I rolled a 4. So against Tali again. I think I've done this 3 times exactly like that, and it's been a 4 every time. So weird. With different dice, too. So -4 because of the fire plus the small size. So with modifiers 8, 8, and 9, none of those are going to hit you. So you do not get hit at all by the troll. Now it's your turn. I don't think you guys can do missile fire because the troll's on top of you. So you would be... you're going to have to switch weapons or try to back up, I guess.
Both my guys do melee.
Yeah, okay. You'll probably have to switch to melee as well, because it's kind of like...
You soften them up enough, they ought to be able to take them out.
Yeah, we'll switch to melee too, yeah. They're right in on us.
Yeah, all right. Someone's going to go left to right to keep it easy, so go ahead and Illith and company go first.
I'll switch over to my chakram.
Okay.
And smack them with that. Ooh, with a roll of 2, I'm not hitting anything.
Okay.
Right from a 20 to a 2.
You pulled out your chakra, or you thought that you did, and you swung with your empty hand. Like,
yeah.
Hold on, it's in my pouch still. All right, so Tali and company.
Tali misses. Adast 19.
Nice.
Another blast from the staff for only 4. Oh well.
4?
4 points.
Nice. Okay. Not dead yet, but it's stumbling back. And none of these trolls are regenerating right now because they all have fire on them. Okay, so again, I'm just going to keep going in line. So Owen and company.
Yeah, Amir go first. He sees the one that takes out this new henchman and takes him down. He's going to. He's already dropped his bow, of course, and took out his longsword. And he approaches that one. And oh wow, good, 19 on the die, so that's a 22, so negative something, and he will do 8 damage with his longsword.
Bam.
That's good.
That
Yeah, because he's got +3 on to hit and damage both.
He was 18 strength. That's a crazy character. Okay, yeah, so you actually cut that one down. It drops.
boy, did that leave a mark.
Wow, Owen was 19 on die too, and he's got a +1, so 20, and he will do max damage 9, 8 on the die +1, so he does 9.
On the other one, so that takes out the other one.
No, these dice are on fire.
Lay him down, man. Lay him down.
Just wait till later. They won't me.
There's just a single troll left, the one that's fighting Talia right now. If you wanted to,
yeah, I'm gonna start cutting mine up. Owen takes out his battle axe that he's had, just starts cutting them in pieces.
Okay.
Throw the pieces over in the brush fire over there.
Exactly.
So your henchman can't go, Marcus, but
But what? Sorry.
Richard can still go. He didn't get stunned. It was the henchman.
Okay. Yeah. So let's see how Richard does. That's going to be a 6 AC. AC 6.
6 is not hit. No.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the end of that round. There's one troll standing. I'm going to see what he's going to do. I mean, at this point, he should probably run. No, he's like he's reached the point where I think he probably realizes he's going to die, so he just wants to take out as many of you as he can. So he's going to stand firm, having succeeded his third in combat morale. So last round, most likely, and let's roll initiative and see if he gets a shot at you guys before he dies. 2.
4.
All right, you got it first. Since Tolly's been fighting the whole time, I'll give you first honors.
My turn.
Yep, you guys go first.
Tolly will get a 5 plus 4, 9. No.
Nope.
It's AC 8.
Nope. How about 8
Best. It's a 14 plus 1. It's AC 4.
That just hits.
Wow. 12 plus 1, 13 with the staff.
Wow. Fantastic.
Boom.
Yeah. Boom. The staff hits the troll very hard, and it drops. And there's no more trolls. There's just the one that ran away, but you killed 7 trolls. Holy cow.
Poke him till he doesn't move anymore.
I'm holding the spear on him and burning him to a crisp.
Yeah, there's like fire play in places, so you guys can certainly take a few turns to like
dismember and burn.
Finish him off.
Yeah, and you can definitely
If you don't use those charges on your magic weapons, you're just going to die with a weapon full of charges.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%. That's how you got to do it. Yeah, that was pretty, wow. Random roll, 8 trolls. So let me just see quickly. I'm not going to like figure it all right now, but they should probably have some treasure on them. So I'll say what they were doing because I said they were eating a monster. Maybe because they're probably going to have a bunch of... Oh, you know what? You can probably follow the other one back to its cave if you'd like. Because they wouldn't be carrying a bunch of treasure with them.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be too hard to follow because he was leaving pretty good trail.
Yeah, it didn't try to cover his tracks, and we don't even have to, like, if you take your time and go quietly, it's a pretty weak troll with the... I rolled super low on the hit points, and I have 17 hit points, so there's no way that you're not going to just kill it. So you can go to the troll cave and kill that one if you'd like. It's pretty nasty, obviously, there, as all troll caves are.
Oh, yeah.
Throw an oil in the opening of the cave and start shooting flaming arrows in there.
Yeah, exactly. You can easily, like, this thing ran inside to, like, hide and... or it may run away, and you can just, like, choke it out and kill it. So you'll have... it's probably pretty nasty, so I don't know if you want to sleep in the cave, but you have an area that probably most things won't bother you to rest tonight because things don't usually go near trolls. So you're in a pretty secure area.
Little smelly, but it's a safe place to rest for the night.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we'll cover
this dungeon area. And yeah, it actually happened like midday, so you got like maybe a half a day's journey to the dungeon, but you can kind of clean yourselves up and get yourself organized. I just want to see what's in here. Could roll like treasure, so let me just see first.
Yep.
Because you do have the mules and everything, so you can take it with you if you'd like.
The worst damaged person should use the cleric's cure light wound spell to heal up a little bit tonight.
Yeah, just got the one.
Is the didn't there another cleric that was in the group that henchman?
Yeah, Ades just has the one.
Didn't Crystal though? She had a cleric, didn't she?
No, I think. It's,
okay.
Oh, maybe. No, well, she's not here right now. Let me. I can actually check, but I think her henchman is a magic user.
Oh, okay. I'll just
quickly check, but yeah. Okay. Let's see. Barut is a magic user. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Pretty motivated magic user, but a magic user nonetheless. All right. Seem to have lost Crystal though for the time being. I cannot find. I had the damn troll page open, but of course I closed it. Okay. Oh yeah, because I have treasure type D, which is generally pretty good. So let's see.
Monsters with lairs usually have pretty good treasure.
Yeah, I'm going to give you the lair treasure because it's. I just want to make sure there's something in here because there is the chance that it might just have nothing, good bad rolls. But there's 8 trolls. I can't imagine there wouldn't be treasure there. I'm going to give you something no matter what. Oh wow. Okay. Bunch of copper. No silver. No electrum. There is gold. No gems. No jewelry. But there is 2 magic items and a potion. Okay, so you've got some treasure in here. You've got 5,000 copper, which is a lot. So I don't know if you want to carry that or not. Gold is the one you probably care the most about. Nice. 3,000 gold pieces. And
3,000?
3,000 gold, yeah. Which is a lot, actually. But you do have the mules.
Yep.
You can, I think, saddlebags. I'll check, but I think saddlebags hold like 600 or 800. So the copper you may not be able to take if you take all the gold. Well, at least not easily. Okay, magic items. There is a potion. Okay, nice.
We still got a potion of speed somewhere, don't we?
That's right, you do. And there are 2 magic items. Let's just do it this way. Let you guys roll so you're not just watching me. Let's go. Dean, roll a percentage die.
You're muted, Dean, if you're trying to.
Sorry, 88.
88. There is a ring.
Woohoo!
Roll on the ring table. So roll a percentage die.
1 second.
Nice.
43.
Okay, that's funny. 43. Oh, nice. Very nice. Scott, roll. Give me a percentage for the second magic item.
Okay. 48.
48. Potion. Okay, cool. And give me a percentage to see what it is.
Another one. 54.
54. Oh, nice. Cool. Yes, you have 2 potions and a ring and some gold and copper. So, yeah.
Can we have Crystal's magic user taste the potions to tell us what they are?
Yep.
Is she here?
Potion of poison. 2 potions of poison. Oh, sorry. Oh my god, she'd kill us. You're like, sorry, we had you try the potion. You would have got to keep it if it was, you know. Yeah, so saddlebags. Let's just see how much you can carry here. Let's wait, it doesn't say how much holds. Oh, hold on. Saddlebags. Oh, 300 coins only for a saddlebag. But these are like on a mule. I'm gonna say they're equivalent to a large sack because these are like pack things, not like regular horse saddlebags. So I'll say each one can hold 600 coins. So you would need to use 5 of your saddlebags. So you have 3 mules, each one has 2 saddlebags. So they'll be almost completely loaded down if you take this gold now. But you can definitely take it all if you want. In fact, you could also take 600 copper and be fully loaded down if you want.
What do you think, guys? Just take the gold out of this?
How much can each person carry on copper?
Well, you can also carry stuff. Yeah, you can carry up to 1,200 coins weight total as a person. So people that don't have like armor and stuff can carry gold and stuff. It does slow you down though.
It's 5,000 copper. That's 50 gold.
Yeah, exactly. It's at your level and where you are, but it's not really worth it.
It's not worth it at all.
Yeah,
Just the gold.
You leave that for first level characters. Some other first level characters will find this troll cave and be happy to get to. Yeah. So
the
if you
bear that now takes up residence here will be okay for first levels to take on.
Yeah, you would never be able to. Yeah, exactly. Something small like kobolds will move in here, and that'll be their treasure. All right, so you take the gold, and you're able to load up the saddlebags with it and everything. Like I said, you guys can rest this up. But you do have 2 potions, and you do have a. I'll say one of them is blue, so I know so we can differentiate them, and one of them is like a brownish color. And the ring is made out of gold. Cool. All right. Do you want? That was completely unexpected, and I was like, "Oh, we won't do much overland travel. We'll just do one encounter, maybe if you roll it." And it was a massive.
Yeah, but you rolled
That
a
was the
troll arm.
craziest thing. So I like the system now. All right, so you guys are resting in the cave. Why don't we take a 5-minute break?
Yep.
And
First random encounter was an army of trolls.
Okay, guys, we'll see you in a couple of minutes here.
I'm back.
I'm here too. I'm just snacking.
That's what I'm going to do.
I'm back. Sorry if I'm late. Just heating up the dinner.
You see, that's the problem with being the DM. I can't snack while I'm playing because I have to talk a lot. Players get snack.
I can make it. I can put my mic over my bowl so you can hear it.
Make me more hungry. I have to like quickly snack during the break. I can't like bring it back. Although I was running one game and I was eating Cheetos and it was terrible. I kept having to turn my mic off. I'm like, okay, I can't stop eating these Cheetos because they're so good.
It requires finesse.
It does. Well, and then also your fingers are orange and you don't want to touch anything.
Oh yeah, true. Cheetos are the worst for that.
Is everybody back though? Crystal, we lost Crystal permanently, I think. I don't see her anymore.
Yeah, I saw she had dropped out a few minutes back.
I think she got a little upset.
Yeah,
I think she was struggling, yeah.
Oh, well, maybe she'll pop back in. I thought maybe just her internet went out or something. Sometimes that happens. All right, well, if she makes it back, then we'll have her rejoin somehow. Otherwise, she'll be in the troll cave. Did you guys want to, over the evening, course of the evening, or whatever time you're going to rest for, experiment with these magic items, or you're going to wait till you get back to town?
I think we should wait till we get back. Maybe have them properly looked at. But that's just my vote.
I don't know. Wearing that ring can't hurt, can it?
Elith and hold on, what's her name here? Katarina could try examining. We both have magic abilities, so I don't know what we'd have to do that, but we could both take a look at them, see what we can do with them.
Yeah, I mean, you probably haven't seen anything like this before. So what languages do you speak? Because the ring does have some runes on it. Or do you have read magic?
I do not. Detect magic on Katarina and read languages. Read languages should do it.
It's like written in a magical. It's like a glyph basically on it. So you would need read magic to do it.
Oh, read magic.
Yeah.
Magic.
I mean, you can read languages, but you can read like languages, not magic.
Oh, okay.
It's like a different differentiation in this. Unless I'm crazy. I could be crazy. Let me just quickly check that.
Common alignment. Hobgoblin.
Yeah, read magic. It's what you use when you want to like read scrolls and stuff. So you would need that. Yeah,
I
so
don't see
have
that.
Some kind of inscription on it, but you can't make it out without, you wouldn't know what it says. So the best way usually to figure out what it does is to put it on. Or the know what a potion does is to take a sip of it. And then I will hint at or just tell you depending on what it is on the results. That's kind of the risk. This is the BX risk.
The big BX risk.
Yeah, if you bring it back to town, you do have that witch there, which we could do. I mean, she could do like proper, quote, research and spend like, a couple weeks trying to figure it out and probably find out what exactly it is just by like casting spells on it and such. But there's no like just mechanical way to just know what it is in this.
Okay, I'll try it and see what we can figure out on the two potions.
Like you want to
take a little sip on the blue one.
Let the dwarf or the halfling do it. If it's poison.
That is true. If it's poison, you'll have to make a saving throw. So, but yeah,
I guess they might have better poison saves than I will.
Yeah, dwarves and halflings have the best things for that, for sure. Do any dwarves and halflings want to volunteer?
Maybe not.
Is Tony back?
I'm sorry, I was typing a message. Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
We have a couple potions we want to test, and you and I are the best saves against poison in case it's a bad potion.
Yeah. Owen, when you mentioned that to him, he looks at the blue one and the brown one, and he says, "Well, I guess I'll just take the brown one. That reminds me of home. All those dark rocks and dark dirt and stuff. If that's okay with you, I'll just drink the brown one and taste it.
That's fair. I'll taste the blue.
Sample it, taste it, just in it. Don't haul back on it like it's a good 40 Creek whiskey.
Yeah, you probably don't want to just down it. Yeah. Yeah, so easily you can just take a sip to get a taste of it, and I guess I'll do the blue one first because it's written down first. Tolly's taking that one. So you take a sip of this potion, and immediately you start to you feel very light, and then you actually start to come off the ground a little bit, like you're starting to float in the air. But you feel like you have like a little bit of control over it. It's not like you're going straight up. You kind of feel like you're able to fly in a sense, and then you come back down.
Kind
And then
of
like potion of flying.
the Willy Wonka thing. Kind of float around
Yeah,
a little bit, and then
You start to float up, and you can feel that you have some way to like direct it. Like you kind of understand that you can do that by the ability it's giving you, unlike a levitation potion where you just go straight up.
groovy.
But yeah, potion of flying. Is that with them? And Tony, you drink the brown one, or you sip it rather.
Correct.
Okay. So yeah, so you take this potion and take a sip of it. It tastes a little bit like dirt, so you probably like it actually because you're a dwarf.
Yeah.
And you feel very, very strong. And maybe you like pick up like a rock or something and you crush it in your hand easily. And then you feel normal again. And you can tell that this is a potion that's going to make you very strong. It's a potion of giant strength.
Fighting all them trolls made me feel pretty chipper about myself.
Yeah, so you definitely can. And the way potions work in this, I think they work for, I think it's a D6 turns, which is random, of course, when you take it, and then it will have the effect. And I believe that the giant strength, it gives you like some, I think you do double damage or something. So when it comes time to use it, we'll just look it up. But it gives you like a bonus on open doors and stuff, and it also doubles your damage.
Yeah, and he just puts it in his backpack then.
I'm sure Daniel's got a new and horrible chart for potion this ability.
Yes, exactly. Right. And of course, obviously, if you take one potion's going on, if you take another potion, there's a chance it can cause a problem. So you don't want to do that. That's not a very good idea. Cool. What about the ring? You just going to leave that for now, or did you want to try the ring?
I'm chock full of rings. Somebody else want to slip it on?
Yeah, Richard will slip it on.
Okay. You put the ring on your finger?
Yes. My
Cool.
left index.
So Richard, the fisherman, takes his gold ring that has some magical writing. You guys can't quite figure out what it is. And he slips it on his finger. And then he is gone.
Am I dead?
Nope. You are invisible.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm going to act like nothing's happening because to me, I probably can't tell. So I'm just like, nice ring, I guess.
Yeah, like I think, yeah, exactly. From your point of view, you probably at first are like, oh, whatever. Then when you put your hand up, you probably can see that you can't see it.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's like got like a glow around it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's probably a reaction from the group when you disappear. And indeed, it is a ring of invisibility, which, of course, you put on and you turn invisible. And I believe...
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's actually one of the best magic items, I think. So that's a pretty good one for you. Yeah, so you turn invisible with the ring, and I believe that you can just... Once you attack, you become visible. I just want to check that, just like any other invisibility. But you can just take it off and put it right back on.
Okay.
The wearer is invisible as long as the ring is worn. If the wearer attacks or casts spells, he will become visible. The wearer can only become invisible once per turn. So when you do something that makes you visible, you can't become invisible again for 10 minutes. So you can't just like take it off and put it right back on to be invisible again. You got to wait 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's fair enough, for sure.
Yeah. Or you can just leave it on and you'll turn invisible again after 10 minutes.
Well, I am going to take it off now.
Basically, you got to put it on to turn invisible. So you can't like have it on your finger all the time unless you want to be invisible.
That could be kind of neat.
It's up to you.
But now, for now, I'm going to take it off.
It's just like a book that was written. Back in
Yeah, right.
But it's probably not that right. Let's hope not.
Yeah, really.
Okay. So yeah, certainly that's actually. I mean, all said and done, you did lose a party member, which is a little sad, but you did get a ring of invisibility and some potions.
But you can do that like 100 and sometimes a day.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You just keep turning. It's very good. It's a very good magic item. And so you got that. Yeah, you can head towards the crypt if you want now. And this is anything you should want to do on the field.
Just the healing spells. I think we should cover from whoever was hurt the worst, so we don't carry extra damage through.
Okay, so you want to use healing spell and stay overnight, I think, so you can keep all your spells back. Because people definitely use spells.
Who needs a spell?
I use my second level spell.
Hey, Daniel, if you want to send me that magic user that Crystal had, I'll play that the rest of the game if you want to.
Okay.
Who wants the cure spell? Right off the bat.
What do you want to get healed? Who's hurt, actually?
Tully took some hits, and I don't know the other ones that took hits. Did they actually die? Then who else took damage?
Well, I know that Richard's henchman took a little bit of damage, and he has 1 hit point now, but he only has 2 hit points. So
yeah, he's not even worth saving.
Yeah, he's on my payroll.
Yeah.
So nobody that got hit is still alive.
I only took 1 point of damage. That's all I took was one little scratch.
It was weird. There was only like the trolls did like pretty low damage, except that one major attack that took our arm off.
I got 5 hit points
13
now,
points of
but
damage.
it's not a big deal.
Oh, you took 5 points. Richard took 5 points.
Yeah, I was just looking on the sheet.
I'll give this to you for the day, but tomorrow they're all mine.
Cool.
So you got 4 points.
Oh, good.
Nice. All right, sorry, I'm just looking for the magic user so I can send it to Tony so you guys can have a little extra. Oh, you know, she actually has, this magic user has read magic, actually. So if she had used it, then you would, it basically says that the ring invisibility. Yeah, so whatever. You put it on. It's good enough. You did it hardcore style. That's the right way to do it. All right, let's see. I'm just quickly sending this to Tony so we can move forward.
Yeah, you put the ring on, it pinches your finger off. You got 9 more.
What's the worst can happen?
Whoop.
You're adventurers. You got to go for it.
So we're going to camp in the troll cave.
Yeah, I guess, or nearby. I guess it's fine. Either way, there's nothing in the area, so you're safe. However you want to do it, you can definitely load up the mules and like they probably don't want to. The mules probably don't want to stay in the cave, but you can probably put them nearby and then load them up in the morning or whatever as you head in the direction towards the.
They'd asked to use today's light cure light spoons on Tolly for 4 again.
Nice. Where? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out. There we go. There's Tony. So I think I'm sending you the character right now, Tony.
Is it coming on Facebook message, I guess, or
On a Facebook message.
Okay.
That should be it. Gothfee Brute.
these names?
Yeah, some of these names are just crazy. She's actually pretty good. That's actually not a bad character. 18 charisma. She's pretty hot.
Man, I get all these 18s.
Yeah, she has a 4 strength. She only has 2 hit points. She's like Marcus's character.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah, good luck.
Man. All right. Anyways. Okay, yeah. 2 hit point people are, well, at least they absorb blow. So that doesn't kill somebody else. All right. So the next morning comes. And you follow along the path that you kind of know that you need to go to get to this this what is basically a dwarven temple, or was a dwarven temple, and it's strange probably to everybody except for Owen, because like there's not like this big beautiful temple. It's more or less just a cave entrance, but it's huge in the side of the mountain. And maybe you're even thinking, oh boy, this could be like some big creature lives here or whatever. But as soon as you start to get closer to it, you realize that the interior of the cave has amazing architecture built around it. So you can tell that it's not some like dragon's lair or something, but it's rather like almost like the edge of like a small dwarven community that is now long gone. And you're kind of walking through what is kind of a bit of ruins of like the size of like a small town. And you can see in front of you a set of stairs made out of marble that go up maybe like will be the equivalent of about 3 or 4 stories, and they go to an entrance into a larger area that has a kind of an interesting glow, greenish glow to it. There's enough light in the cave right now that you guys can see because it's a huge opening, and you can tell based on the design of it that that's probably the entrance to what would have been the temple. So you got to like walk up some stairs essentially. And this is probably where you'd need to like lead the mules because they're not going to want to walk up 3 stories worth of stairs. So what do you guys want to do?
Would Elbed be willing to guard the mules here? Inside?
Yes. Well, I don't think you'd have to. That's pretty much his job, right? I think you wouldn't have a problem with that. I mean,
that's what I brought him along for, basically.
Yeah, exactly. I think he'd be okay with that.
Keep them safe.
As long as you find the source of immortality that you share it with him.
If we find it before the world ends, it's his.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he can definitely set up like a base camp down there. Maybe like in one of the like what would have been maybe a house or something, or like a priest's house.
Mm-hmm.
There's still some walls and stuff, and you can bring the mules by there and set it up, and you guys can leave whatever you don't want to lug, anything big.
Okay. Cool. Anybody else want to drop anything for weight before we run in?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess let's get a marching order. And I'll do like a straight line, and then I'll just assume that like ranks will close if you do 2 in a row. So like if the first person, the second person will be 1 rank, third, fourth will be the next rank, like that if we do 2 wide. But let's just go a single file. So who wants to lead the pack?
Richard will be up front.
Richard. Okay.
Yeah, and Owen will go right behind Richard with it being a dwarven type deal we're going into structure.
Okay. Okay, how about your henchman, Richard? Where's he going to be? Are you going to put him somewhere for the back? Or?
I want him kind of more in the back, yeah, because he's kind of fucked up or messed up.
Fair enough. All right, and how about your henchman, Owen?
I'm going to put Amir here, be in the back, of course, for range. And
Okay.
the magic girl, I'll put her in the middle somewhere.
Okay, so Brute. Okay, so who wants to be behind Owen? So basically third in line?
Tully, do you want to be in there somewhere?
It doesn't matter where you put me.
Well, you got the magic weapon for melee. You might be nice to be up there somewhere. Katarina wants to be in the middle. She's a magic user as well.
Okay.
And Elith will help guard the back as well with supporting fire, and I can take damage in the back as well if we get attacked from behind.
We can take the front then.
All right, and then Adest. Okay, so I've got right now, tell me if this works, and I can move people if not. I think I make sure I have everybody. Richard, then Owen, then Tolly, then Katarina, then Adast, then Brute, who is the magic user, your magic user you're doing right now, Tony. What's your henchman's name, Marcus?
Klarloff.
Barloff?
Or I'll put it in the chat, actually.
That's good. I'll write it the way that it sounds. That way I can say it.
Yeah.
That probably not as all. Oh, Klarloff. Okay. That's a nice name. A lot of A's in there. That's how you make fantasy names. You just add extra vowels. Okay. So Brute, which is the magic user, then Illith, then Emir, and then, well, probably Karloff, and then Emir. Emir's probably right at the back, right? Because he's armored, right? Or Illith is right at the back.
It looks good for the back. Yeah, she's got.
Yeah, the very back. Yeah. Okay, so let me move these people. So it'll go Emir, then Karloff, and then Phillips.
It's only wide enough for single file.
Well, I'm just doing a single file one, and then if you guys want to go double, I figure I'll just collapse the ranks. So in single file, that's how you are, and then when you do double, it'll be Richard next to Owen, then Tolly next to Katarina, then Adis next to Brute.
The even numbers just move up.
Okay. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds
that way
good.
you can, if it becomes really tactical, we can figure it out. But just so I have a general idea normally what's going on. Cool. All right. So there is like there's a decent amount of light in here, so you don't need anything yet, but you are assuming you'll eventually need light. So just be wary of that. Richard's leading the way, and you start to walk up the stairs. So you're heading up these stairs. This again, like almost 3 stories worth of marble stairs, so it's a bit of a hike, and but you're probably taking your time, being as cautious as possible. You definitely hear not much but your footsteps. You're kind of in this large cavern, and some of you guys are armored. You're kind of walking up these stairs, and you hear the echo of it. And when you get to the top of the stairs, you're looking down into what is probably, to your estimate, 100 or so foot long by about 60 or so foot wide room. It looks like the entrance hall to a temple. It's beautifully decorated. There's 4 large columns holding the ceiling up. Let me read the little box text here. The entrance hall to temple, once beautiful marble tile floor. Okay, right. So it's all marble, like I said, but the floor is covered in fungus, and there is like a bit in the walls have some fungus on it, and it kind of glows a little green. That's how you're seeing this this kind of greenish glow in the room. You do see that if you were to go past the 100 or so foot length of the room, that it goes into a hallway, which is still pretty wide, something like 30-foot wide hallway. That has, it looks like you get past it. It starts off being 30 foot, then you can see part of it's collapsed. But you can certainly walk past it. It's plenty big enough. And that looks like it's getting darker in there. So it looks like this glowing fungus you might lose your
no fungus down the hall.
Your free light source here after you get out of this room.
Take a closer look at those columns.
Sure. Yeah, you have to just walk in about maybe like 10, 15 feet, and you can get to the first column.
Are they carved, inscribed, or anything?
Yeah, they're inscribed, and people speak Dwarvish, I'm assuming.
I got the helmet.
So, so these columns seem to
languages
speak of a process called the proving, and they talk about the strengths of the dwarves standing together, and the strength of the mountain. And you do definitely see the blood mentioned as well as that that scrap of paper. Remember that was given from the dwarf at the beginning. You see not exactly those words, but more or less that same theme throughout the thing. Things like, "We are the mountain, we shall not waver. The heart of the world is the heart of a dwarf. We shall not burn, we will be true." Things like that repeated on the columns.
Would Owen know anything about this, or would this just be like just to this certain clan that probably is something?
Yeah, I mean, it's very, very old. So you probably, what's your intelligence?
7.
Yeah, I mean, you probably know about it in the sense that, like, you've heard things about it, but not tremendously. So if you ask me a specific question, I'll give you an answer, and I will shape it based on your intelligence. But yeah, it's not completely unknown to you.
Owen's looking at all these things as the rest of them are, and he just goes, "Hey, I don't know. This is I didn't see that in any of those coloring books I had in school. I don't know anything about all this stuff."
Katarina, take a look and see if she can understand any of it.
Yeah, I mean, what you can put together is that this was a process that this dwarven clan, so again, not all dwarves, but what Owen would know is that in the history of dwarves, going back these thousands of years, many clans had like what you would probably consider barbaric now initiation ceremonies where the young would have to perform certain tasks, possibly hunting or fighting, or depending on the clan, it might even be forging something or that kind of thing. But it was usually incredibly dangerous. And
So it's like a rite of passage.
If you survived, you became an adult and part of the clan, and if you died, well, then that was you weren't ready, or your soul wasn't ready, or whatever, it was taken back into.
So it's a rite of passage.
Like a rite of passage, exactly.
We can do this.
Yeah.
Well, if a dwarf can do it, an elf should be able to do it, no problem.
Owen just gives you a stare.
Okay. Cool. All right. Yeah. So that's basically what you get from it. And, you examine the first two columns that are kind of right near the beginning, and they seem to be identical. So you look at the first one and you get you get that stuff from the and you're thinking, well, maybe let's look at the other column, see if we can add to this knowledge, and it seems to be carved exactly the same. And you're looking at the walls, and even though they're covered with this kind of fungus, which is covering a lot of stuff, it looks like there was probably like murals and stuff. At one point, they were really clear. They're now very faded, and they seem to show like a process of like what appears to be like a young dwarf on one end, and then like an older dwarf. You can tell mostly by the length of the beards. Going through a process where it involves water and fire and combat.
Water, fire, combat.
I even have a note here for some reason. I made myself a note, so I'll make sure I'm covering everything. Yeah. So you see what looks to be actually who is looking at the wall? That was the who was the Katarina, that's the magic user?
Yes.
So try to roll under your intelligence on 3d6.
3d6?
Yeah.
Not even close.
Okay.
11, 13.
Yeah, you basically get what you. Who else is like knowledgeable in magic, and also Owen can all. Everybody that has that can roll.
Illith can give it a shot.
Okay.
I'll give Brood a chance too.
Yeah. Oh, and actually, also because it's kind of a religious thing, Adas can also roll. So try to roll under your.
Yeah, 14 out of 17 for the.
Are we rolling under?
Under, yeah.
Illith got right on.
Oh, nice.
ADAS rolled a 3.
Oh. Holy crap. Good thing you didn't roll that when you were rolling your scores.
Right.
So, yeah, you're all looking at it, and you're kind of getting it. But AS is like, you know what? It looks like these dwarves are like, you can tell by the way they're drawn, but they seem to be vocalizing something, like they're talking or chanting or singing or something like that.
Talis, see anything with the helmet on? You can read magic.
Oh, right. That reads languages, right? Not magic, though, right?
Language and magic, you said.
Oh, and magic. You could have read the ring then. Yeah, I mean, no. This is really just it's not magic. It just it's more like iconography, like just figuring it out to be more like your base intelligence, not your like any kind of magic.
But they're vocalizing something, so we might actually have to repeat this chant or this passage. It's written on the columns and on that piece of paper. You think?
Possibly.
Good thing he gave that to us. We've got it in writing here and on the columns.
Waver under crushing waves.
Because there's water mentioned. There's fire mentioned. And there's weight, which I guess would be the weight of battle. Yeah,
the part from what you can tell, which is a roll of 3. The part that seems to be repeated on the columns and the wall and stuff, but is not, is the first part of the note all the way up to where it starts saying I. So basically the stuff that's we seems to be there, but then when it gets to I, seems like that might be written not matching. So in other words, we are the mountain, we shall not waver. Under crushing weight we stand, we shall not waver. The water may crash, but we are the mountain, we shall not waver. The heart of the world is the heart of a dwarf. It shall not burn, but for just true. That seems to be written on the wall, but the I bore the weight of the mountain, I lifted it high, I faced the ocean, that's not written there.
Sounds like this could be the actual tests we'll be looking at when we get in there.
Fire, water, and battle.
Bearing a crushing weight.
I bore the weight of the mountains. And the I part might be something that they're vocalizing. You might actually have to say that when you pass these tests.
Or it could be the part that came out of the journal that came from the guy passing it.
Yeah, he might have actually done it. Might have been one of the last ones that ever did.
Might have been. It does seem to give us a good clue onto what we'll be facing here shortly. Should we maybe light a lamp or a lantern and go on in and give it a shot? Or should we actually seeing Katerina here and her interests, she wants to take a quick look at that glowing moss and see if she can see anything. She's interested in herbalism.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Roll a d6.
1 second. 4.
Cool.
I suggest we go as a group so that something doesn't slam down and separate us and make you take the test individually. If we can get all together.
Yeah, I mean the fungus is all around, so she could be doing this right now without having that bit of problem. But yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. So 4. Yeah, it looks really unusual in the sense that it's kind of dry. It's a very dry fungus, so maybe it looks interesting to her. She's never seen anything like it before.
Interesting. Could she take one of her bags and her dagger and maybe scratch off a little section to examine later?
Yeah, she definitely could do that. Okay.
Does it stay glowing after she's separated it off the wall or off the surface it's on?
Yeah. Well, let me just read how this works.
Yeah, great. The stuff from Creepshow.
You cut it, and yeah, it definitely does still glow.
It's aliens.
Okay.
However, when you cut off a piece of it, you kind of poke into it, and some of the dust comes up into the air, and you need to make a saving throw versus death roll.
See, what's the stuff from Creepshow? Don't poke the bear or the fungus.
The 10 by 10 by 10 sphere.
Poison or death right there. Okay.
I'll say that you were kind of walked off to the side of this where they were discussing, so I'll say you're the only one in the spores because we didn't really figure out where everybody was standing, so nobody else will have to do it right now.
Okay, she rolled a 19, so she's okay on that one.
19 pass. Okay, good. Yeah, good. That's very good. So
she has 13 in that.
Perfect.
Yes, by 6.
Basically, it burns your throat a little bit, and you do take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
But you're able to kind of like cough it out, and yeah, you're thinking that could have been really bad. Had you got a good mouthful of it.
What did you do?
Tried getting a little bit of that glowing fungus, but it's got a kick.
Let's dial back to the torches and or lantern idea.
Okay, she's got a clay oil lamp.
Nice.
Yeah, Amir, he puts his bow up, of course, since we're in more close quarters, and he's got a lantern too that he can carry in.
I'd recommend not going near that glowing moss. It has a little bit of a attitude.
Nice. All right, so she's got so the Claire lantern is just a regular lantern.
It has to
Is your lantern a regular one or a bullseye?
Oh, that's what I was looking up real quick on his sheet. Let me see if I can find it.
Are there even bullseye lanterns in this?
He has to put the staff in his sling, and he'll take his mace out and use a torch.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a regular one.
Yeah. Torch. I'm not even sure if there are bullseye lanterns in this. Torch. Okay.
So he'll have light at the back of the party for whoever's in the back.
Okay. So the light starts in kind of the middle of the party, so nobody up front has a light. So either Richard or Owen or Tyler.
Owen, I guess, moving. If Richard would let him, he'll move in front of Richard since he has dark vision.
Yeah, Richard can
Totally.
step back.
Totally can see. We can see.
Katarina's in second rank. She's got the clay oil lamp.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
that's true. If you want to walk 2 up, then she'll be second. Yeah, that's fine.
Richard has a lantern as well. He can light up if there's
Okay.
the need.
We got a couple light sources. We don't
Yeah,
want
that's
too
good.
many going at once.
Yeah, I mean, if you want if you want Owen to be able to still use his inversion at all, then you probably don't want your light right at the very front, anyways. So there'll be enough light for you to see Richard if you don't light it, but you won't be like shooting far in front of you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna light it. I'll hang off on that.
Let's go.
Okay, cool.
It's 30 feet wide, right? Let's go as a group.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can totally walk like in a line if you want,
Yeah.
or 2 up or 3 up even.
Yep.
Pretty wide.
Okay.
Yeah, and being very careful to avoid the fungus on the floor since you already kind of set it off. I won't make anybody roll to see if it goes off. You don't step on any of it. You avoid it. So no more squirts out at you. And you come past that first room. And again, now this hallway is, again, roughly 30 feet. It'll be a little bit wider. But it's got some of the walls are crumbled on one side, on what would be the right side or the north. So you've got a bit of, you got to go a little narrower, but you can still stay multiple abreast anyways. And let's see, blah, blah, blah. So you come past that kind of collapsed area into a secondary room that's about, it's a kind of round. It's got, it's about 30 foot or so diameter, maybe 40 foot diameter. And there's a hallway. You're coming from the east right now. There's a hallway going to the west. It's only about 15 feet wide. That has what looks like a smashed door, kind of half blocking it, although you think you could probably get past it. But in this actual room, you open up and there's basically, again, it's like rounded. So there's alcoves on either side. On the southern side, there's a small dwarven skeleton. He's slumped kind of on the ground, but you can see like his hands. He's wearing armor actually, but you can see that he's wearing like plate mail armor. That looks like it's actually in surprisingly good condition. Next to him is a warhammer that is completely rusted, and the skeletal dwarf and the armor and stuff have some of that fungus from the other room on it as well.
Owen will move up to the skeleton. He's going to inspect it, especially if he notices that the armor is held through the ages as it has.
Yeah, it definitely looks like on first light. It definitely looks like the armor is like in perfect condition, except for the fact that there's some of this like fungus and stuff on it. But there's no, it's not rusted.
You might want to cleanse it with fire first. Burn that fungus off before you get too close.
Yeah, put a torch to it and burn that stuff off. You saw what happened.
Yeah, it threw up something, and Katarina got a mouthful of it.
That might be what happened to this guy.
Could be.
But that is remarkable that the armor's still here after the warhammer crusted away.
Yeah, and he's clearly a skeleton, and you're right, the weapon is rusty. So somebody wants to hit it with a torch. Who's doing that?
I don't think anybody lit a torch.
Torch.
Okay.
Don't burn up the fungus if best you can.
Okay.
Drop it on it and step back.
Hold his breath.
Okay,
Toss
so
the torch.
everybody's gonna back up, or you're all just gonna gather around this thing?
Oh no, back up.
Back up 10 foot.
Hold my breath and toss the torch.
Okay, you're gonna throw the torch at it. Yeah, okay, you can do that. So go ahead and make an attack roll. Let's say just throw the torch. Just hit any armor class.
12.
Okay, yeah, that hits him. All right, so you hit it right on the fungus, and it quickly burns up, and it does actually expel a bunch of spores in the air, which pretty quickly catch fire. And after maybe like a minute or so, like they're gone, and the fungus has indeed burnt up, and it looks clear now. And of course, some of the bones are like caught fire too, and a little bit of flash. So like some of the bones are a bit burnt.
We take the spear and poke the torch around and make sure we got it all.
Yeah, you poke it with a long weapon like a spear, so you know to be safe. And when you do that, no more spores come up. It actually just tips over, and like the helmet falls off, and you know maybe the head comes with it. It's a skeleton, and you can clearly see that this plate mail armor is in perfect condition.
Get a brand new set of dwarven-sized plate mail.
Yeah, I'm on. After we do that, I'm going to inspect it again. Did the flame do any damage to it, or does it appear like it just brushed over the?
No, in fact, you're looking at it, and do you touch it?
What the heck? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you're looking at it, and it looks pretty clean. Like it doesn't look burnt at all. It doesn't look like a dent from him throwing the torch at it. And when you kind of like pick it up to maybe look under a flap to make sure there's nothing else under it, it feels really light, though very strong.
Bro, it's magic.
Well, I think y'all don't mind waiting about 5 or 10 minutes. And he's looking at this brand new set of chainmail, but he's just bought. Well, I'm gonna try this on, see how it feels. I'm gonna take my chainmail off and slip on this dwarven.
Everyone turn your backs in case he's blue under there too.
You didn't realize it was also blue.
He's got a chainmail bikini shorts.
Nice.
Didn't want to see that either. Yeah, suit up in that. That's awesome. It's sized for you.
Yeah, it's actually dwarven armor that fits you perfectly, and it is in fact plate mail +1. And its encumbrance is only 200. I think the way it works is it only has the encumbrance of leather or something like that, or maybe chain. I have to look at it. But it has low encumbrance.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. 200. Yeah, it has the same encumbrance as leather armor, which is 200.
All right.
Plus
Plus
like
one.
equivalent of you wearing leather.
That's awesome. It's rare.
Yeah, and it's plate +1, so it'll be AC 2, and then plus fuse a shield. Nice. Very good. Yeah, so you're looking out. So besides that, the room is pretty empty. You can look past, like I said, and it looks like you're looking into. It's not lit in there, so you can't see well what's in there, but you can see that there was like a huge set of stone doors that have since like kind of collapsed. They had the doors themselves were stone, but they had some kind of metal hinges that have since rusted off. So they fall into the ground. So there's a large entryway in front of you. You have to kind of clamber over the doors, but you can get right through past them if you'd like.
Yeah, and Owen's also going to he takes this brand new set of chainmail and puts it back the best he can on that skeleton and says a prayer quickly, a dwarven prayer that no one would understand over this skeleton.
Oh, okay, cool.
If we get the chance on the way out, maybe we should take him out for a proper dwarven funeral.
He's buried in the mountain.
And hearing the elf say that, he actually looks at you and goes, maybe I will like elves more.
Bridging the gap between the races.
The dead always need to be honored.
That's true, no matter what their race.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Onward and downward.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So you've got this door in front of you. It's funny. The expert will say that it weighs 250 coins, but whatever. It's 200 coins because that's equal to leather. So, so what are you figuring your encumbrance? Okay, so you're looking past this door. If you were to walk up to this set of doors and look in, you're going to see. You can't see the whole room because it's not lit and it's very large. But right in front of you, just as you climb over the doors, there's a very. Let's see. Vision only goes 6 feet. So you can't even with the infravision, like you know that you can't see. Not that you can make out that much detail, anyways, but you know that you can't even see the length of this room. Like it's just you can just see airflows going deeper than you can see. But almost directly in front of you, like 15 feet in front of you, is a large pool. It's about 15 foot in diameter. Let's see.
So the pool doesn't go on forever, just the room.
Yeah, I mean, you get the feeling it's a room because you can see columns and stuff, but you can't see the end of it because your torches don't go far enough, basically.
The whole room's not underwater, just this little pool.
No, there's a pool in the center, yep. It's damp and musty smell. It smells stale. It is actually it's kind of, and probably your knowledge in herbalism probably tells you that that's why none of this like weird fungus has got it in here, because that's all. It's a very dry fungus, and this room is very damp.
Ah.
Yeah, but the walls and floor, as far as you can see in front of you, do have like a different kind of moss, but it's the kind of moss that you've seen before. It looks pretty benign, but it would be a little bit slippery. So you guys are gonna have to, if you were to need to like run, you could possibly slip. So be a little bit cautious. If you walk slowly, you should be fine. But you do see a pool. Actually, I guess with the extent of your lantern, you can see this pool in front of you, and then, so that's almost directly in front of you, so that's west. But to the north, kind of lined up with this pool, you see the edge of a second pool. So you know there's at least 2 pools in here. And they are filled only with about maybe like half an inch to an inch of kind of like grimy water, and what looks like, as you're kind of looking in with the torch, you can see color now. Looks like maybe blood stains in parts. So kind of the bottoms of the pools aren't even. So you're seeing like puddles inside the pool, if you will. So there's puddles of water here and there, and then there's spots where it's dry and it looks like there's blood stains.
How high is the ceiling?
The ceiling is about 50 or 60 feet, you would gather, further than you can see, but you can just kind of, based on the very first room you walked in, everything's been that tall so far.
Is the water being dripped into?
Nope, you don't hear any water. You just see the
Stagnant, gross water.
Yeah, and you do actually hear, though, now that you're kind of listening around, you actually hear the sound of running water, and you're kind of looking, but the pools don't look like they could possibly be running at all where you are.
Take one of these handy dandy silver coins I have and chuck it in the pool.
Okay.
Enough.
My map here is going.
Anything odd about that?
Yes, it's very odd. Okay, so you throw the coin into the pool, and just as it's about to hit one of these murky puddles, what looks to be a watery hand reaches up and grabs the coin, and then from the bit of water that's there forms kind of almost a humanoid shape made of water, and it looks pissed. So roll into
Made an offer.
You should have gave him a gold coin.
make an offer. Yeah, exactly. It's silver.
I didn't throw copper. Come on.
No, just roll initiative and see what happens.
Got a 5.
Okay, so simultaneous. So you're kind of staring it down. Like it's hard to say. It does definitely look aggressive, but it's not coming towards you yet. It's kind of maybe it's examining the fact that you gave it an offering. It's not leaping towards you. It's maybe like 2 feet tall. But yeah, it's looking at you guys. It's not making any kind of actually, let me roll its reaction adjustment.
Don't freak out, guys.
Okay, yeah, it looks like it's kind of waiting to see what you're going to do.
Just stare at it. Hate at it.
Yeah, it seems like you're getting the vibe that it's just waiting to see what you're going to do. Now, just to be clear, the pool is not blocking your way in a sense. You could go around it by just heading north if you want. You don't have to go past the pool. It's kind of in front of you. Like you could go north to go around it, or you could even go south to go around it. But that would probably, you could see there's a wall down there. So
When Brute sees this water creature come up, she's going to start speaking to it, and no one else will have a clue what she's saying. And she's asking it what manner of creature it is in Merman.
in Merman.
It shows that she can speak Common, Merman, and Troglodyte.
I don't think it speaks Merman, but let me just see if that would be the case.
It's worth a damn good shot.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, I'm going to roll actually randomly to see if it knows Merman.
That's a water creature, if nothing else.
You know what? Okay, what do you say to it?
She's asking it what manner of creature it is and what it's doing here.
Okay. So, so the creature actually replies back to you in Merman, because believe it or not, I rolled a new Merman. Give it a 1 in 6 chance of knowing Merman, and there was Merman. It says, "I am the test of the spirit. None may pass without showing their true spirit."
What must, and she replies back, of course, in Merman, is and ask of what must we each do to pass this test?
So it says you must stare into the face of your fears. And then actually when it says that, it drops back down and is now a puddle of water again.
And after the party sees that happen, she's going to look at all of them very perplexed in a way, and she's just going to tell them, I spoke to it in a language that probably no one else would know, but it tells us that we must face our deepest fears, and the way we have to do it is to stare into the water, to stare at our own reflection. And she starts moving towards the pool to do so.
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
Yeah, I'll just walk right up to the pool.
Sounds like thing to do.
Yeah.
Give it the hairy eyeball.
Yeah, Richard's gonna slip on the ring of invisibility.
Oh yeah? Nice. Bam! He's gone.
And I disappeared.
Owen moves up without hesitation.
Come on, Adas. Let's go give this the hairy eyeball.
Yep. We'll both us magic folk will move in there too. See what we can see.
Okay. So you everybody kind of looks into this murky water, except for Richard, right? Because you're invisible and not not looking in.
Correct.
Okay. And you actually you start to feel drowsy a little bit, like almost in a dream state, and everybody needs to try to roll using 3d6 under their wisdom, except for the dwarf who can roll 2d6.
Okay.
Yeah.
A mirror pass, 9 of 12.
Nice.
Ooh, and 6 out of 15 for Owen.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my crap!
Adas barely did.
Katarina rolled a 15 with a wisdom of 3.
Oh my god.
She's freaked the shit right out by her fear.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, that's pretty bad.
A 6, a 4, and a 5.
Oh my god. Did anybody else fail?
Brute made it too. She had 8 out of 18.
Nice.
I guess Klarloff should probably check because he's probably peering. He failed.
Okay.
Illith failed too, but only by a point or two, so not quite so spectacularly.
Okay, so if you failed, then that now actually make a save. Hold on, save versus, I think it would be spells. Let me just check though. If you succeeded, you kind of see your fear, but then you actually build up like the courage within you, and you kind of like stare it down for a little bit, and it fades away. If you failed, make a save versus. Let's do spells. Why not? It's always a good one.
Okay.
Remember, if you don't pass all these tests, when you go to pick up this decanter, it's going to say you've chosen poorly and you don't get it.
Yeah, Clarlaw fails 12 under 15.
Well, Katarina recovers well on that one.
Nice.
And Elith passed as well easily, but we failed the initial one rather spectacularly.
Yeah, so you're pretty freaked out, but you kind of shake it off a little bit. Carla, you're going to be -1 on all checks for the rest of the day.
Okay.
Because you failed. You kind of have like a little bit of a
-1 on all checks.
a freak out, yeah.
You get the heebie-jeebies there, buddy.
Yeah.
Richard is chuckling in the darkness behind everyone.
You're just chilling with the invisibility ring. Okay, let's see.
So if you die with that thing on, we can't find you, right?
Yeah.
That is
Detect magic.
Oh man.
Okay. Yeah, so that happens, and you're a little freaked out, but and kind of as you've been in here, your eyes are like a little bit adjusting, so you kind of almost can see a little bit further than the torches can show. You definitely see there's another pool, because you kind of probably had to gather around the thing to look in. Looks identical, just north of this pool. And to the east, there is a set of double doors that look like they're in good shape. They're still on the hinges. But to the northwest, the corner of the wall has been collapsed, and it looks like you can see some caves beyond that.
Better go to them doors.
Double doors is double trouble, but the caves look scary. That doesn't look like where we're supposed to go.
Yeah, certainly the doors look like they're part of the temple, where the collapse in the caves look like it happened after the fact. So yeah, when you walk up to the doors, you actually like walk up to them. You don't see any handles on or whatever, and there's like a slight like moment of kind of looking to figure out what you might do, and the doors actually open. They open in, and there's a 30-foot wide corridor going to the east.
They
It goes about 50 or so feet, and then it turns to the north.
glass.
So yeah, so if you're going to walk in.
Yeah, I wouldn't have moved in.
We obviously passed. We're meant to go through these doors.
Sounds good. Somebody passed anyway.
Yeah, I mean they definitely opened up. Oh, cool. That's interesting. Okay, so when you come in and you walk to the east and turn to the north, you see another room that looks similar to where you found the plate mail armor. Like it's about that same size. It has like the alcoves in it in front of you, and just beyond it, the tunnel looks completely collapsed.
Just beyond the doors?
Yeah, you basically go, you walk in a few, like 20 feet, and then you turn to the left, and that's when it's collapsed. Yeah. The
Can
doors
I
are
dig around a little bit to see if maybe there's any way we could make an easy passage, or if I think it's going to be pretty difficult?
Yeah, 100%. Roll a d6. Being a dwarf and all that.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, so you're looking at it, and you maybe spend a few minutes digging, and you think that this is pretty collapsed. Like you could do it, but it would take a long time. Like you would need a crew to dig it out because it's a fully collapsed passageway, and you don't know how deep it is.
Yeah, he looks at a mirror and goes, "Yeah, I know you got those muscles on you, boy, and that shovel, but it's going to take about 10 of you to get through this. I think we're going to have to go back."
Find another way around to the other side.
Of course, we got to go the long way through the caves.
Yeah, I think you're right.
While you're standing in here, you do notice that written inside these alcoves on this wall in Dwarvish, it says, "O Lord, my flesh has been cleansed, but I am still impure."
Owen chuckles at that before he shares the reading to the rest of them in common.
That sounds
It means
bad.
one of you didn't pass the test. Which one?
Yeah,
The
and
one
it's really
shaking in the corner.
exactly. It's pretty old and worn out, like the other mosaics and stuff. So yeah, it looks like it was probably part of the original process. You would imagine. But yeah, it would be. I mean, you certainly think that with enough time you could dig through this, but it wouldn't be the easiest thing to do, and it would probably take a long time. So it's essentially a dead end. Unless you want to excavate.
So we can choose not to waver, or we can take the shortcut and go around the caves. Where some horrible monster has probably burrowed his way in here, but that's okay. We'll beat it up.
Yes, large class walls equals burrowed monster for sure. You know that's definitely the case. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it looks like something's definitely come through. You don't know how long ago it was, you know. But yeah, you would probably have to, if you wanted to dig this out, like realistically, you would have to leave, go back to that town that's 2 days away, get a bunch of equipment, some more people, and come back and dig it out. It'd probably take you maybe a week.
We have to drag some timbers in here to shore it up and some pulleys. And
assuming it doesn't go very far. You're assuming that if it goes like less than 100 feet, you should be able to do it in a week or so. But you don't know how far it goes. So
back to the caves to the northwest.
Yep.
Yeah, it sounds fine.
Yeah. All right, cool. So you go back through that room, and again you can hear in those pools, even though there's only these drops of water, you definitely hear water moving, but it doesn't disturb you as you walk through the second time. Not even the invisible person. He's just gonna be invisible from now on.
Yes, I am the invisible man. At least.
Oh, it's amazing. Okay. Okay. So to be. Okay, the wall of the pool room has collapsed, and I already told you that, into a small cave. Okay, let me just look at the map. So basically, you get to the corner of the room, and you can see this is collapsed in. You can move some stones around. It doesn't take you very long, and you see that there's kind of a small cave. It's maybe like 15 or so feet. It's kind of like a half circle, so like a hemisphere. It's about 15 or so feet, would be if about 15 or so feet radius hemisphere. You do see on the west wall that there is in fact a tunnel. Probably to your relief, it's not nearly the tunnel is not nearly as big as the hole in the walls. Whatever creature went down this tunnel is probably not that big. It's probably somewhere around 5 or 6 feet wide by about like the same. It's round-ish, it's a tunnel by about the same-ish tall. So everybody should be. The really tall people might have to crouch, but everybody should be able to walk no problem in here. And it is sloping down, and it is wet. Yeah, it is descending. Yep, you can clearly see that even if you're not a dwarf. So it looks like whatever cut this tunnel or whatever, it either came from the below or went to below because it's going down, and it's very dark. So what would you like to do?
Onward and downward.
Okay.
Yeah, don't let those torches and lanterns burn out.
Yeah, so it goes like 10 or 15 feet to the west, and then it kind of cuts to the north, and it's kind of it's not a very straight passage. It kind of swerves back and forth, but it's more or less heading to the north. And you follow it for maybe like another 100 or so feet, and you end up in another kind of smallish room that's roundish. It's kind of almost shaped like a two balls like stuck together, and
we got to rest once every hour.
Yeah, exactly. It's probably getting close to exhaustion in the night. You're getting close to the point where you're to rest.
To rest before we get into a fight.
Yeah.
It's a roundish room. Exits from the room.
Yeah, there's the one you came from, and then there's another passage. Again, it's on the. So basically, you came in, kind of getting your bearings. You came in from the south west side. There's a passage heading to the southeast. So kind of wrapping back going down, so it probably goes under that tunnel. So you got two entrances. That one's even skinnier.
East is where we got to go, so that's heading sort of the right direction.
Yeah. You mean it just as a means of if you're thinking about maybe stopping here, you're kind of looking around. It is the southeast, but it immediately cuts back to the west. So you're going to end up west when you go through it, but it's going to be, it doesn't cross the other tunnel, so you assume it goes under it because it's going down. And it's very wet. But certainly you could shore up here because it's pretty small and you wouldn't you'd see anything coming. Like if you all just sat there, you could see through both exits.
Smoke them if you got them.
Yeah.
Crack out your rations, your dwarf bread.
Yeah, exactly.
Take a load off the feet for a few minutes.
Yeah, so if you want to take a break.
We don't have to take a real break, but...
No, I know, yeah. I mean, probably you have to light up a new torch probably at the end of this, but your lanterns are fine to last through that. They last for, I think, 24 turns, something like that. So,
yeah, and again, I do have a lantern and some oil and stuff.
Yeah, so you're hanging out there, and yeah, it's pretty quiet. I mean, you definitely hear water running. That's pretty much the constant thing that's happening. But after you get your bearings back and you get a little rest in you, and you're getting ready to go again. Yeah, you can see essentially you go back the way you came, which is again going uphill essentially, or you can continue to go downhill, basically deeper into the dungeon.
I think we need to go up to get to the
back
to the test.
No, backwards gives us nowhere. This thing's southeast. That's going where we want to go.
Yeah, if you go southeast, then it wraps around to the west. But yeah, it'll be unexplored area. If you go back up north, or not north, but go uphill, you'll go back to the room you just came from, which is.
Oh, sorry. I thought we had another section going up. Sorry.
Maybe this southeast section will head back around. We can circumvent that cave in.
It's worth a try. Let's have a look.
Or find whatever dug this hole.
Head out.
All right. So is Owen still in the lead? So it's and Richard, are you still where you are? Because you're invisible, so it's a little bit harder for you to be walking with everybody else because they might trip over you.
I think if we had just taken a break, I would have popped the ring off.
Yeah, because it's a 10-minute break. After that, you can use it again whenever you want.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, actually, technically, you can take it off and then put it right back on immediately because you can use it once per turn. As long as you didn't do it twice, I guess you can do it. Right? That makes sense.
Yeah, it's
rested for a whole turn, so
yeah, you're totally fine. No, but what I'm saying is because if you're second in marching order and you're walking in the dark and you're invisible, there's a good chance somebody's going to run into you.
Yeah.
If you want to stay invisible, you might want to either go ahead of the party or behind them.
No, I was just doing it around that pool.
Burn you with a torch or stick you with a knife, or
Right.
I want a battle axe.
Well, we were talking accidental.
Of course.
Okay, so you're gonna just like put it in your pocket or whatever.
Yes.
If you can do a real battle, you can say, "It's my pocket."
Exactly. Yeah.
All right.
Becoming quite attached to it.
Okay, cool. So we're going then back down. Now this is very skinny, so we're definitely in single file here. But Owen has moved to the front, so it's Owen, then Richard, then Tully, and then the rest of you in as order before. Let's see. Okay, so you're walking down this path. Again, you start at the southeast, but after you travel only a little bit, it starts to cut back around to the west. It's still going south, though, and it's going down for sure. What is your dex, Owen?
Oh, excuse me. 13.
Okay. What's your dex, Richard?
My dex is 7.
7?
Yep.
Okay. Roll a d6.
Oh boy. A 2.
A 2. Okay, so you guys are walking down when suddenly Richard loses his balance because it's slippery and you're going downhill. And he slips and hits Owen, and you guys tumble down in a comedy of errors as you slide you reckon about 100 feet or so, and splash into a pool at the bottom.
Should have kept that ring on, stayed invisible.
No, I couldn't see you there. You're so short.
Yeah, so you guys see them shoot down the tunnel in front of you. Does anybody else have...
Is this pool of water pretty deep, or is it just like, ankle deep, or...
Okay, yeah, so everybody, we'll pause the people in the tunnel, and I'll do you guys first. Let's see. Arched cave. It's about 3 feet of water around the edges, so that's where you splash in, and it gets deeper towards the center. The center of the cave. Okay, so if one of the players failed to check and fell down the narrow passage into the water-filled cavern. Oh yeah, so you were going really fast, so you actually slide, even though it's relatively shallow at the edge, you like slide past the shallow part on the bottom, and you go into a deeper part. You both must make a save versus spells.
Oh hell.
Yep.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, you're a dwarf.
Yep, 15.
An 8 under 16.
Okay. So you feel a presence enter your body,
Oh god.
and you feel like, you know what? I need to swim deeper and deeper, and you start swimming.
Perfect. I'm just gonna swim. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything to Owen.
Nope.
No, Owen's
That's
trying to
why I
scramble out anyway.
I probably would have taken off my backpack, or would I have that on? Or...
Oh, you got everything on you because you were
Yeah,
walking.
everything on. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, you start to swim deeper. Owen's probably getting his wits together. Go ahead and try to roll under your wisdom, Owen, to see if you notice that he disappeared.
All right.
You come up for air, and this idiot just dove deeper.
I did 8 out of 15.
Okay, you pop up and you're wondering where the hell he is, and you realize that he's not with you.
Yeah,
Of course
and hearing that, of course, I'm like this drowned rat in this plate mail of water leaking out everywhere, and I'm just yell back up the rest of the party. I don't think the fisherman, he lied to us. He can't swim. I can't find him. Come help me.
Okay, yeah. So you guys hear him yelling?
How deep is it down there?
Well, I look like a drowned dwarf. Let's put it that way. It's deeper than me.
Shit, it's going to be deeper than I am.
Bring some rope, Amir.
All right, so this is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to roll. Okay. I've rolled a secret number. That's how many rounds it's going to take for you to drown.
Let's goat rope it. Pass this rope around, loop it around you.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so you're tying rope around. Marcus, roll a d6.
Okay. A 3.
Okay. You are fine so far. All right, so you tie rope around each other, and you're going to like trying to go into the water?
Yeah, so no one gets separated or washed away.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay. So everybody's tying rope around themselves.
Yep.
I'll say pretty quickly because even though it's a narrow passage, but you're rushing because
We're just looping it around each other, not tying it. Just
yeah, exactly, really quick. And then you move down into the passage. And yeah, what you definitely notice, by the way, and you probably notice this now too, Owen, as you're kind of getting your eyes, the water out of your eyes and everything, you notice that there's a faint glow in the center of the pool under the water.
What color is it? You can't.
Blue.
Huh.
No, red. Sorry. Of course it's red.
ah! Blue.
And we still don't see Richard yet. He's still.
No,
Under?
you don't see him. He's under the water somewhere, you imagine.
What is your favorite color?
I think there's something. This pool's got some kind of a pull on people. It's got that. You see it red glow out there, Halfling?
I'm good just to see above water here. 8S's arm is the only thing keeping me from drowning.
Extra and real plate mail too, not even like magic plate mail. So you're heavy. Oh, okay. So yeah, you see that Marcus roll d6.
Yeah, it's another good use for a henchman.
A 1.
1. Okay.
So,
Okay.
are we coming into the pool yet?
Yep, you're all kind of at the edge of the pool
Yeah.
where the water is about 3-4 feet deep. You can see this glow in the center, and you do not see your buddy.
Somebody's got to swim in there and get him. I don't know if I could drag him back out, but I'm willing to give a shot at swimming.
I can walk
Somebody
along the
hang on.
bottom. That's about all I can do.
We'll tie a rope around you and we'll pull you back out. You can see if you can get in there and get a hold on him. Then.
I already got the rope. I guess I can walk across the bottom and see if I could see anything under there.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, you can. As soon as you like put your feet on the bottom, like I said, it's around 3 feet deep. it drops off really quickly. So you take like a few steps, and it's gonna like plunge.
Yeah, but
So
I got to
you
hold the
drop
rope.
down.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it drops you down. Roll a d6. Like a search roll, basically.
I got a 4.
You don't see him this round. Like you're looking for him, you don't see him yet.
We should have kept one of them diving helmets from that Raven pirate that took us out.
Roll a d6 for me, Marcus.
Yep, sorry, I was muted there. 6.
Okay. Unfortunately, you have drowned.
Oh no, the
At
irony.
least you're not invisible.
I was about to say, I wonder if I should
That
have.
would have been the best.
At least we could have found the giant bubble that way.
Yeah. So yeah, you probably feel like the water moved next to you, Tali, and you like kind of reach up and you can feel the limp body of Richard, who has drowned.
I'll grab onto him and tug the rope.
So,
We'll all pull you back up.
Oh,
Found him.
Yeah.
yeah, his lungs are full of water, and he's since expired.
He is smiling. We'll say. Being back in the water, I guess.
Okay.
That was our fisherman.
yep.
Yep.
The fisherman
So
who
also
can't
in the
swim.
room, I like that. So yeah, so this room is like it's shaped almost like wings, like almost like a small bird, if you will. Like you're kind of in the bird part in the center, and then the wings are off to either side. And you can see that if you were to swim to the other side from where you're standing, it's basically a tunnel that continues to the west.
There's no way to walk around it to the other side.
Yeah, you can walk around the edges if you want to. Yeah, if you skirt along the edge of the whole thing, you again, it's about 3 feet deep or so around the side, so it's like up to your chin, but you kind of walk around the edges. It takes a little walk, so it's like shaped like a bird. And when you get to that tunnel on the other side, it is in fact still about 3 feet deepish. So yeah, you could walk in the tunnel, but you're like soaked. It's definitely Tali can't walk, but everybody else can just barely walk in the tunnel. Well, the humans can walk, no problem, obviously.
I'm
Is
just
the
holding
light-
the rope.
Has the light made any change in shade or color or
Nope.
intensity?
Nope.
Is it an underwater will-o-wisp? That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's not moving and it hasn't changed. It seems the same, glowing red.
Yeah, as far as Owen and Amir, they're going to walk around on the 3-foot part to walk around.
Can Katarina do a detect magic down in there to
Yeah.
see if
100%.
that's a magic glow or not?
Yeah, sure. So Katarina waves her hands around and casts Detect Magic, and sure enough, it is magic.
There is something magical down in there.
Yeah, I don't think we should mess with it.
Okay, actually, interesting. So not only that, you see because the way the spell works, it causes any magic items to glow. So you actually see a hammer glowing, and based on the shape of it, you see that the red glow is actually runes that are cut into the side of the hammer that are glowing. So you see like the shape of the hammer now with the Detect Magic at the bottom. There's like a war hammer down there.
I guess that's what Richard saw.
So I guess we're fishing for that thing now, huh?
Who thinks they can make it to the bottom with a rope? We'll pull you back up as fast as we can.
Yeah, you can get down there. It's not super, super deep. It's probably like 25 feet or so deep. It's not crazy deep. And off to the side.
I'm kind of nimble and stuff, but I'm not strong to swim like that.
I'm weighted down and I'm strong, but I can't swim, but I can, I guess, slide down the slope, holding onto the rope.
Yeah, we'll 3 or 4 of us will pull you back out of there.
Amir steps up to you, Tali, and he goes, "Well, I'm pretty strong, you know. If you get in trouble, just tug. I promise I can get you back up.
I trust you guys.
Okay. Yeah, so you can definitely slide down. I mean, they got the rope on you, and you're, a strong guy. You can hold your breath for a little bit.
Yeah, it slopes pretty fast, so I should slip.
Yeah, and you slip down there, and sure enough, there's a warhammer down at the bottom. And of course, it's in like perfect condition because it is magic.
Grab a hold of it and tug the rope.
Okay. You are now holding warhammer.
And up we come. Or up you come, I guess.
Unless it's molten air and I can't get it off the floor, but
Nope. Nope. You definitely can pick it up.
sweet. Grab a hold of Adast's arm and have him pull me back out of the water. That's what I found.
Yep. And you got a warhammer, and you can see it's written in like an ancient dialect, an ancient Dwarven dialect, but still in Dwarven, so you can read it. The runes on the side, they simply say stone, which is probably the name of the hammer, you would imagine.
Owen looks at that and goes, "Huh, a stone hammer."
You're going to be fully outfitted when you get out of here, Owen.
I know. if I get out of here,
Yeah, it's clearly a magic hammer, and obviously made by the dwarves.
Your odds are getting better every item we find there, Owen.
Yeah, I'm bumping up.
Okay. Are you gonna use the hammer?
No, at this point, he's actually just going to sling it across his back. And
Okay.
it's
Just let me know
a
if you
sign
use
of
it.
respect.
I'll let you know the effects if you decide to use it.
Okay.
All right. Awesome. Okay, yeah. So you can, and again, you did all that. You can skirt around the side of this thing if you want, and you're kind of walking into or through, I should say, a windy, wet tunnel, and people are probably pretty miserable. Tolly's definitely miserable, I'd say. Gets over your head, so you're being like lugged around.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah,
And
body
you head a bit
surfing.
to the west, and then it starts to go. None of these are straight paths, and then it starts to go to the north a bit, and you're kind of circling around a long, winding corridor. Descends deeper into the earth. Okay, so actually it starts to get higher. So by the time you reach 4B, okay, so as you start to circle around, you're heading north. The deep waters are getting deeper and deeper, and it gets up to a point where it's going to be almost 6 feet. So people are going to be, in order to do this, it's very narrow though. So what you can probably do if you're too short is like put your arms like on the wall to like keep yourself like up, because it's water, so you're buoyant. So you can kind of keep yourself out of the water by using the sides of the cave. You know what I mean? Like stretching your arms out across from you and like pushing up. That's going to be the only way you can stay over the water.
I can ride piggyback, right?
Or you can obviously piggyback, yeah. But I'm thinking like more like Owen or anybody or the elf is not tall enough.
Yeah.
At least drape my arms over.
Well, or if you have
shoulders.
unless your
Yeah,
hands.
Amir, I guess as strong as Amir is, he can help people.
Yeah, I mean you can definitely do it, but you're certainly not going to be in any position to like fight anything at this point because you're kind of just like going along this cavern.
Just want to get through it.
Yeah, it's pretty miserable. And you can hear the sound of running water, although really the water doesn't feel like it's moving at all, but you are constantly hearing the sound of running water. And everybody roll a d6.
For everybody, each character?
Yeah, each character.
I got a 1.
Oh, nice.
I got a 6.
2 4s and a 5.
Nice.
And Adast gets a 3.
Okay.
Katarina gets a 3.
Nice. What about Marcus, your other character, Klaroff, who is now a full-blown PC?
Okay, so yeah, I guess I'll play him now. Let's see. Sorry, what was rolling? It was zoned out.
D6.
Yeah, okay. Off the table. There it is. 5.
Okay. So only Tolly rolled 1. You feel like at one point you feel what you think might be a snake or something swim by you, but otherwise the water doesn't feel like it's moving at all. That's really the only sense you guys have of any kind of movement in here. But it passes really quickly. It probably swims past your foot, being that you're probably barefoot. And like you feel it and you're just like, whoa, and then nothing. Like nobody else felt it, it's just there.
Nothing to see here. Move along. Keep going.
It's
But
Marcus,
hurry.
is that your second character that died in the water?
Wait, say that again?
I just realized that. That was your
Yeah,
second character.
yeah,
that died in the water. That might be your thing.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Except my first one just drifted off into the darkness.
Yep.
You know, no one had an idea.
Yeah. Okay, so small cave. Most of the underwater. So you kind of come up into a small cave, but you're still kind of in the water, so you can't really rest or anything there. But at least at this point, you're kind of moving towards the north now. And for B, towards that player.
It's not as deep here, right?
No, you're in the cave. It's getting deeper, actually. You come into this cave area, and
Awesome.
it's still kind of deep, yeah. And you kind of wade across it, and now you're heading north. And everybody roll a d6.
Okay.
Oh, we got a
When
3.
you enter this cave.
Hey, dice got a 1.
5.
5, 6, and 2.
Okay.
A 4 and a 1.
All right, so anybody who got a 1 or a 2, you see actually in this cave that you just kind of came into, that's about to kind of turn and go to the north, 2 faintly glowing reddish orbs under the water, like a pair of unwavering demonic eyes staring unblinkingly up towards you. That's what it says there. You guys come into this cave and you're like, oh, a cave, maybe it's going to be a little bit more shallow. It doesn't seem to be, but then you're kind of looking in and you see what appears to be red eyes looking at you. You're kind of staring at it for a few minutes, or a few seconds anyways, and they don't seem to be moving. They're just looking right at you.
Katarina's freaked out again.
Definitely.
Yeah,
She's the one that saw it.
Gasp.
Yeah, Hades saw that.
Yeah.
Turn it.
Okay, you can try turn on dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
There it is. 2d6. 11.
Nice. It doesn't do anything. Nothing seems to happen. It's still staring at you.
Yeah. It's not undead. At least I don't think it is.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be moving at all. It's just kind of sitting there. Whatever it is.
How far down is it?
Well, the water is about 6 feet deep, so it's on the ground. That's 6 feet down. It's a little bit in front of you, maybe 5-10 feet in front of you guys, where the first person. At this point, it's a little bit wider, so you guys are kind of spread out a little bit. Maybe you're 2 or even 3 next to each other looking at this thing.
A couple of us are bobbing trying to stay up if we get away from the wall.
I guess I'm going to bait this hook and go down again.
Dolly's going to go?
We're rope fishing and you're the bait.
Right?
Yes, you pop down to the bottom. It's not very deep. You walk over in your plate mail armor. And you definitely see, you're probably even a little set back at first because the fact that it didn't turn, but you do see a skeleton. But it does not seem to be animated in any way. But it is holding in its hand 2 bottles that appear to be potions that are glowing red.
Scoop them.
And the skeleton looks like it's probably a dwarf based on the size of it.
Scoop them and tug the rope.
Okay. So yeah, you pull them up. And you've got 2 glowing red potions. Make note of what it is. So yeah, it looks like you can go through this room, and then it's going to head to the north. But it looks at that point that there's almost the water is almost to the roof of the cave, so it's going to be one of these deals where you're going to be able to probably have to bring your face up close to the top of the cave, breathe a little bit, and then kind of almost swim a bit, and then go back up and do the same thing a couple times to keep moving forward, because it's not even enough space to have your head above water at this point.
We're going to need a magical light source at this point then.
This is also true. Your light is probably going to not be right. Exactly. You're basically right now. You're holding the lanterns just above the water. Yeah, you're going to not be able to see very well.
We'll be down to infravision after this.
Does any of the spellcasters actually have a light spell to cast on something for this section? We're gonna have to seal up the oil and seal up the lanterns and put them into sealed bags now.
No, Adas took the 2 healings because he used one first thing in the morning.
No, mine don't have the light spell either.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tricky to use infrasion because you're in water, but it'll work on some level. It'll just be a little bit dark to see. Like, you'll be able to murkily see, and you're going to have to, like, guide the people that don't have infravision, because I think you only have 1 dwarf and 1 elf, right? Everybody else is...
Well, with the helmet, I got it, but...
Oh, you have it with the helmet. Yes, you got 3 of you that can see.
We're going to have to tie everybody together with a couple sections of rope and have everybody keep popping and bobbing.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang on to my henchman here, so I won't go all the way to the bottom.
Right, exactly. Huh. And you're his eyes.
Or we could try these potions. They might help.
Anybody want to try and see what they are?
I'll take a sip. What the hell? Can't get any worse than where we're at now.
Okay. Yeah, so you got like, another foot or so of ceiling in here. So you get like 2 feet of ceiling, so you have enough room to pop a potion and drink it. You take a sip of it. It feels like some of the superficial wounds on you, like cuts and stuff, close up.
Yeah, these won't do any good underwater.
No, they're potions of healing.
Now we know.
Well, if anybody gets to the point where they're needing life saving, that could come in very handy. You guys that are in melee should each take one in case you need it in a pinch.
Yeah, and it looks like that each one of them has enough possibly for two doses based on what you normally know about potions. So there's basically 4 potions, but in 2 bottles.
Whoever's in the front can drink this potion of speed and pull us all like water skiers through here.
Are you dragging along Richard's like body, like it's just like bobbing behind you guys? Like, what'd you guys do with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tie it on the end of the rope. Don't leave him down here. It's an awful place for a fisherman to spend his end days.
Klarloff is definitely probably had taken Richard's gold pouch at the very least.
Right. and a ring of invisibility, and he's gone. He's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, good point.
Hey,
I guess
Marcus.
he maybe took the ring too. What's up?
Don't forget he'll have that +1 sword too, because remember Richard had that.
Yeah, I mean, does anyone else want it? If no one does, I'll add it to this guy. I'm kind of adjusting stuff right now, but
So, well, we need everybody who can fight to have something. So
okay, I'll hold on to it. I mean, I only got 1 hit point, so one of you guys.
+1, +3 versus dragons. But if there's a dragon in here, we're dead. So
Oh,
Yeah.
That's 1 hit.
Who are the frontline fighters doesn't have a magic weapon at this point?
Not Klarloff.
no, Owen's good. He's good with what he's got.
Adast has his staff, and Charlie's good with the sling and the spear.
Okay. I mean, if I have to enter combat, I've got the chakram I can punch with.
Yeah,
It's magical, and I got a longbow that's magical, so I'm already good for magic. Somebody who doesn't have a magic weapon needs to have that sword just so in case we encounter something that needs magic to hit it.
Everybody needs something.
All right.
Let's just
So do you want to try to work your way down
as we can.
the cavern? I guess technically the hammer glows a little bit with the red, but it's not really enough to see much. But at least you can kind of like, if you have your eyes, if you're in the dark and you're not in vision, you can see where Owen is because he's got it on his back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got it on his back, so yeah, that would help.
Yeah, and you're first, so they can just follow the glow too. So that'll give you. See, it's a little bit of a pain in the butt, but I think you can probably manage to go through. You have a good plan, and you kind of move to the north, doing this like bobbing up and down kind of thing. Let me just see what this thing. There's like a huge paragraph about this room. 2 glowing eyes.
Just hold your hand over your head, and as soon as you feel air pop up and get a breath.
So the submerged passageway in 4A opens up underwater into a large, partially submerged. Okay, so once you get through that, you basically, it probably takes a little bit because, again, you're probably going slow because of the nature of it, but you travel what you would estimate to be maybe another 150 or so feet, going kind of winding through back and forth, but primarily heading north, and then finally heading east. And then when you kind of, maybe you're starting to think, oh, God, this is ever going to come out of the water because it kept getting deeper and deeper, you do, in fact, pop into a cavern with a really large ceiling. So immediately there's air above you. The water is still deep here. It's still about 6 or 7 feet, so you can't just stand and be able to see. But you definitely pop out into what feels like a big room. You feel the sides of the walls opening up, and maybe so that you because you can't very easily swim probably in armor, you stay close to the wall. And you're kind of looking around. You could probably even organize yourselves to get a lantern lit and holding it up over somebody's head via putting it on the end of the spear or whatever, however you want to do it. And you're in a very large room. So I don't know if you want to use light or not in here, but you could. Otherwise, you just know you can tell by the sound of it, the echoes, that it is you're in a large cavern, and you can breathe regular air again. You could either go to the north, kind of the northeast-ish, or the southwest-ish are the 2 directions you could follow the wall.
But it's all submerged.
Yep, but it's all water, but you can breathe now because it's got plenty of space. You don't see any land from, as far as you can see. Actually, how far is it?
$60 feet's probably as far as I can see with no light.
Yeah. To the northeast of the cabin. Actually, you can see as you kind of pop out because you got the infravision. Owen is infravision, so you actually can see when you look to the northeast that it does look like there's a dry spot, like a shelf, if you will, that comes out of the water to the north. To the south, you don't see a wall. It's too far out for you to see if there's any wall that appears there.
Well, if we go up north here, we can dry out a little bit. It looks like I think there's something we can get up there and rest for a minute.
That would be a welcome change.
Let's make for dry land.
Yeah. The northeast is a shelf that juts out of the water while the rest of the cavern remains submerged. Okay, so as you start to get closer, you see on the shelf is a large mound of bones and filth. It also smells really bad.
Awesome.
Oh, not the best place we want to go.
Smell like a troll down in there.
It smells worse than troll.
Oh.
Oh.
And as you're kind of looking at the shelf in the dark and kind of figuring out what to do, I think this might be a good place to end because it's 11 o'clock.
Ah.
And,
There's something undead in here.
There's something funky going up on top of this thing. So, yeah, you're kind of in this large water-filled chamber with a shelf, a raised platform on the north part, which is pretty large. And you definitely see bones, and you can smell just nastiness, stuff you've never, worse than things way worse than trolls. But you are all soaking wet and kind of not really in a good position to keep moving in the water for much longer without getting exhausted.
Ada still offer. That's probably ghouls.
Yeah, probably, which is good because you're a cleric. So you can think about what you want to do for next time, I guess. And let's end it here, and we'll just pick it up again. And that way we can. That's kind of a good place to end it.
This dungeon is horrible.
It is pretty. It's actually pretty,
yeah.
Yeah, but you guys
haven't found anything yet. It's just horrible.
But
Okay.
Podcast.
Thank God we haven't had to fight anything yet. It's horrible.